At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 2 minutes. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute, 30 seconds. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 1 minute. Stations, this is your final time check. At the tone, the broadcast will begin in 30 seconds.
This is Westwood One Sports, your home for NCAA March Madness.
It will be Grant Hill to make the pass. They're not going to guard Hill making the inbounds pass. Here's a high looper. There's Leitner. He turns. He shoots. It is good! Christian Leitner hits a turnaround 17-footer at the buzzer, and the Duke Blue Devils head to Minneapolis. My, oh my, oh my.
5 seconds to Sharp. Top of the key. Lost the dribble. He's got to pick it up. It's scooped up by Condon. Condon secures it. And Florida found a way from 12 down to the school's third national championship in men's basketball.
Now it's time to head courtside for Westwood One's exclusive coverage of the NCAA tournament.
Welcome to SAP Center in San Jose for exclusive regional final action of the 2026 Men's Basketball Championship between top-seeded Arizona and second-seeded Purdue. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA tournament on the Westwood One NCAA radio network is sponsored by AutoZone, by Cintas, by Downey Unstoppables, by Granger, by Intuit TurboTax, by Progressive Insurance, and by NCAA.com. Hi, everybody. I'm Ryan Radke along with PJ Carlesimo. Jason Horowitz will join us later from the Westwood One Broadcast Center. It's the top two seeds in the West that decide the regional title. Arizona is looking for their first Final Four berth since 2001, while Purdue hopes to make their second trip in the last 3 years. PJ, great veteran talent, some terrific young players, outstanding coaches on both sides. This game, at least on paper, has everything you want.
Couldn't ask for a better matchup. And you got two teams that are playing extremely well right now. They both won their respective conference tournaments, and the Big Ten and the Big 12 are not easy tournaments to win. That's how well these two teams are playing. They both can score points. They're both very good rebounding teams. They don't shoot a lot of threes, but they both shoot a good percentage. These are two talented teams, both relatively deep also. So really nothing should detract from this game. Foul trouble, anything like that. They got people on the bench. I just hope the game lives up to the billing.
Arizona is 35-2. They've tied their single-season record for wins. What stands out for you about Tommy Lloyd's team?
Their size. It's incredible. And, the more times I was with them last week in San Diego for 2 games, the more times you see them play when they two teams line up and there's things happening in the paint, it's unbelievable. They are just so big, so strong, so physical. Makes it really difficult to score inside on them. and really difficult to rebound on either box. People don't realize how big a problem it is when you can't defensive rebound. A, that team keeps getting extra opportunities, which Arizona does, and B, it pretty much takes away your fast break game. So, the way they dominate inside is really impressive. The fact that their guys they played 3 freshmen pretty good minutes, and you would never know if you didn't have a scorecard that they were freshmen.
All right, Purdue's won 7 straight. Their offense has been elite. How do they challenge Arizona's defense today?
I think they've got to make threes. They don't have to take any more than they normally take, but they do take more than Arizona. I think they're going to need their 3-pointers to get enough points to win this game.
It is Arizona and Purdue, the top 2 seeds in the West. Winner goes to Indianapolis and the Final Four. Coming up, we'll get PJ's keys to the game. We'll take you through the starting lineups, and then we'll have the opening tip from here in Northern California. The crowd filing in here in San Jose as we get set for the West Regional Final. From the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, this is the men's basketball tournament.
The strength of America, our values, our way of life hasn't just been won on the battlefield. It's won every day in our communities when we come together, extending hands of compassion, service, and hope to those who need it most. For over 100 years, the American Legion has been strengthening communities across our nation by providing life-saving help and support to our veterans and neighbors during times like we're facing today. It's what the Legion's all about. From blood drives to distributing food, from responding to emergencies and protecting the most vulnerable among us. Our mission is making America's communities stronger.
We are one family, and therefore we care.
We are the American Legion, veterans strengthening America. To learn how you can help, visit legion.org.
No young person should ever have to worry about having a safe place to sleep at night, or a warm meal to eat, or whether anyone cares about them.
But the reality is, 1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year.
But the good news is, there's an organization making a big difference. Covenant House.
For over 50 years, Covenant House has been helping youth in crisis and giving them the support and the tools they need to succeed in life.
I have no words to express how Covenant House changed my life. They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding.
When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, and love, most of all love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges, and their lives are transformed.
Covenant House is changing the lives of young people in cities across America.
To learn more, go to covenanthouse.org today. Thank you for caring.
Second seed Purdue. Time for PJ Carlesimo's keys to the game. Sponsored by Intuit TurboTax. Now taxes can be done by a trusted expert who takes care of everything. Now this is taxes. All right, PJ, let's start with the Purdue Boilermakers. What will Matt Painter's team have to do if they're going to win here today?
The boards, Ryan, absolutely. Purdue, believe it or not, they are plus 6.8 rebounds a game. They are 21st in the country in rebounds. Why am I worried about them rebounding? Because Arizona is plus 11.3 on the boards. They're the number 4 rebounding team in the country. Purdue has got to be able to battle with a bigger, more physical front line. Secondly, they got to manage tempo. Not that they want to walk it up every time, but they don't want it as quick a tempo as Arizona does. Arizona, number 20 in the country in fast break points. They like to run significantly more than Purdue.
All right, let's turn around and talk about the keys for Arizona. If they're going to get to the Final Four, what has to happen for Tommy Lloydstein?
They got to guard the three-point line. Purdue is a dangerous team. It's not just Fletcher Lawyer. They're a high percentage three-point team. They take more threes than Arizona does, and I think today they may even look for more because I think they need that perimeter shooting. Secondly, they need to manufacture bench points and fast break points. That's 2 strengths of Arizona. They're going to need them. They're going to need points off their bench, not just Awaka and Anthony Del Orso, but also fast break points. They need to beat Purdue down the floor.
Let's check the starting lineup, sponsored by Cintas. Workdays are better when you partner with Cintas. Keep your team protected, prepared, and looking great. Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday. first for the Purdue Boilermakers, 30-8, number 2 seed in the West, champions of the Big Ten tournament. In the backcourt, Braden Smith. He's a 6-foot senior from Indiana, 2-time All-American and the NCAA's all-time assist leader, joined by Fletcher Lawyer, 6'5 senior from the Hoosier State. Last 17 games, he has shot 50% from three-point range. And C.J. Cox, he is a 6'3 sophomore from Massachusetts. Up front, Trey Kaufman-Wren, 6'9 senior from Indianapolis. He's had a massive tournament, averaging 21-9. And the man in the middle is Oscar Clough. He's a 6'11 senior transfer from South Dakota State. Head coach Matt Painter in his 22nd season, a record of 526 and 228. Now for the Arizona Wildcats at 35-2, the number 1 seed in the West. They are champions of the Big 12. In the backcourt, Jaden Bradley, 6'3 senior from New York, Big 12 tournament MVP and Big 12 player of the year, joined by Braden Burries, a 6'4 freshman from Southern California, who was averaging 19 points per game in the tournament. Up front, Ivan Karchenkov, 6'7 freshman from Germany, along with Koa Pete, 6'8 freshman from Arizona, who had 21 here on Thursday against Arkansas, and Mo Krivas, a 7'2 junior from Lithuania. Head coach Tommy Lloyd in his 5th season, a record of 147 and 35. Officials for today's game, Joe Lindsay, Michael Greenstein, and DJ Karstensen. Arizona will take the court in its home white uniforms trimmed in red. Purdue is in the black uniforms trimmed in gold. Time now for the opening tip, sponsored by AutoZone. What makes AutoZone America's number 1 battery destination? Because they offer free battery testing and charging and reliable replacement batteries. And they've always got your battery solution. Get in the zone, AutoZone. It'll be Mo Krivas, the jump center for Arizona. It'll be Oscar Clough, the jump center for Purdue. A trip to the Final Four is on the line, and we are ready for basketball here in Northern California. The tap is won by Arizona. Got batted around. The Wildcats come up with it. Jaden Bradley will bring it across the timeline. Arizona moves left to right here in the opening 20 minutes. Bradley dribbles over to the right slot up top to Koa Pete. Hands it off for Braden Burries, dribbles up top, stops there, makes a pass high on the right to Karchenkov. Dump it into Mo Krivas, right of the lane. Krivas working against Clough, backs his way in, double comes. Krivas turns baseline, jump hook short off the rim. Trey Kaufman-Wren the rebound inside. Off it goes to Braden Smith for Purdue. Smith into the front court, drives down the left side, jump stop on the baseline, fading 8-footer is up, side of the rim short. Karchenkov, the Arizona rebound. Off it goes to Braden Burries on the right. Burries with it, crossing, had it go off his foot and out of bounds. Tried to go left to right, turned it over, and it'll be Purdue basketball.
Both teams, interestingly enough, pushed the ball pretty quickly in their first possessions. Braden Smith took it right in, took a quick shot. It's always interesting watching Braden Smith, how aggressive he is to score himself.
Here's Kaufman-Wren with it above the left elbow. He'll throw it up top. This is Oscar Clough, matched against Koa Pete. Clough waiting, lets Smith clear through, finds Lawyer, dump it down to Kaufman-Wren, now off the left block against Krivas. Up top, Lawyer dribbles above the right elbow, 17-footer is short. Karchenkov has his second Arizona rebound. Off it goes to Jaden Bradley, still a nothing game. Lob over the top for Pete, broken up by Lawyer, it's out of bounds, last touch by Purdue. It'll be Arizona ball on the baseline with 23 to shoot.
Jaden Bradley was fortunate that wasn't a turnover. There was no room to fit that ball in, but it got deflected out of bounds and remains in Arizona's hands.
Bradley will inbound baseline left. Joe Lindsay hands him the basketball. Bradley looking, gets it into Burries. Left corner, has a good look at a three and knocks it in. Braden Burries with a triple. He is 10 for 13 from distance in the tournament, and Arizona has a 3-0 lead.
What a beautiful stroke that freshman has.
Smith across the timeline. Get it to Kaufman-Wren, top of the key. Hand it off for Clough above the right elbow. Clough turns, faces up, back to Kaufman-Wren over on the right wing. Up top it goes to Smith. Smith guarded by Karchenkov. Dribbles over on the left, stops, shoots a three from the slot. That's good. Braden Smith with the answer. It's a 3-3 game. Up the left side, Braden Burries. Arizona quickly into the front court. Burries cut off by Smith, off to Pete, takes the handoff, drives down the left side, gets to the bucket, puts it up, no. Krivas tip, no good. Krivas grabs his own rebound, turns, puts it on the deck, into the middle of the paint. He'll throw it back out front to Burries, and Arizona will get reorganized. 12 to shoot for the Wildcats, 2 minutes in, 3-3 game. Burries with it, top of the key. High right to Karchenkov. Karchenkov against Lawyer, driving left, turns the corner, gets inside, flipped it up and in. Ivan Karchenkov, left-hand drive, right-hand finish, 5-3 Arizona.
Arizona, too good a team to give extra opportunities, offensive rebounds already for the Wildcats.
Smith into the front court, dribbles right off a Clough screen, now heads back left off a Kaufman-Wren screen, gets to the free throw line, down to the elbow, pump fake, over to Kaufman-Wren, right elbow. Fake the handoff. Faces up on Krivas. Trey Kaufman-Renn's going to put it up from the elbow. Back of the iron, no. Rebound batted out. C.J. Cox has it for Purdue. High right side, it goes to Smith. An offensive rebound for the Boilermakers. Smith guarded by Karchenkov. Dribbling left. Dribbled it off his foot. Ball loose on the deck. Krivas is there. Kaufman-Renn ties him up. And the arrow favors Purdue. The Boilermakers will keep it with 10 to shoot. 17-17 to go first half. 5-3 Arizona.
Braden Smith is telling Oscar Clough, I needed you to move. I was wondering where he was going. He tried to split two players where there was no room. Fortunately, Purdue gets the ball back on the alternating arrow.
Boilermakers will inbound baseline right, 1-4 flat. Lawyer will be the trigger man. Krivas, the 7-2 center, will guard him. Lawyer takes the basketball, looking, throws it over the top, caught by Kaufman-Renn at the free throw line. Kaufman-Renn almost tied up by Burry, 6 to shoot, dribbles down the right side, spins around Pete, into the paint, puts it up off the window and good for 2. First bucket of the game for Trey Kaufman-Renn, and we're tied at 5.
The Kaufman-Renn will have no trouble mixing it up with the Arizona front court.
Here's Krivas, mid-post on the left, takes a dribble into the middle, lowers his shoulder, jump hook over top of Clough is good. First bucket of the game for Krivas, and Arizona leads 7-5. Smith slowly into the front court for Purdue. Back and forth we go in the early going. The partisan Arizona crowd is on their feet. Here's Clough with it, high on the right side. Puts it on the deck a couple of times, flip it off Lawyer, dribbles to the right wing, stops there, top to Kaufman-Renn. Bubble the ball, gets it back, finds Smith on the left, dribbles down to the block, jump stop, fade away, over Karchenkov, on the way, that's good. Braden Smith, another fade from about 8 feet, and we're tied at 7.
Braden Smith obviously looking to score early, get the Boilermakers off to a good start.
Here's Karchenkov with it on the right, dribbles over on the left, trying to bully his way down against Lawyer, gets to the baseline, stops underneath, throws it to open space, run down by Bradley, high on the right, still 15 to shoot. Krivas out to set the screen, Bradley dribbles around it to the left, heads back to the right, crosses left again, stop of the elbow, nowhere to go, dump it inside to Pete, Koa Pete shot, up and good for 2. First bucket for Koa Pete, 9-7 Arizona, timeout coming to the next dead ball.
C.J. Cox got his bell rung out by a Koa Pete legitimate screen. He's still shaking the cobwebs out.
Smith with it over at the right hash mark. One-handed pass, high left to Kaufman-Renn. Shovel it back, Smith. Left wing, 3 on the way. Got it! Braden Smith is opened up on fire. 8 already, and it's 10-9 Purdue.
Taking 4 shots already, Braden Smith.
Pete over right side, Karchenkov drives the baseline, jump stop in the paint, got stripped. Ball finds its way to Burries. Burries driving down the lane. Burries gets inside, puts it up off the rim, no good. Krivas an offensive rebound, goes up, got fouled, and Mo Krivas will be at the free throw line when we return. 15 minutes, 25 seconds to go in the first half. It's Purdue 10, Arizona 9 from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
For the safety of students, families, and teachers, schools across our country are closing.
School closures can have significant and lasting consequences, particularly for vulnerable students who may face hunger, homelessness, and even trauma.
That's where our organization, Communities in Schools, can help. For years, we've had caring adults inside schools, helping these students stay in school.
Now, we are taking our work beyond the school walls. Our caring adults are delivering meals, providing household supplies, connecting kids with online classrooms, and using technology to maintain the one-on-one relationships we know can transform the lives of students and their families.
Communities in Schools, going wherever we are needed, doing whatever it takes to empower students to succeed in school and in life.
To see how you can help kids succeed, visit communitiesInschools.org.
Mom, Dad.
Before you throw out those unused medicines, just think for a minute.
Grandma, Grandpa, all you guys take meds. That's why you gotta dispose of your old pills correctly.
Those pills for your back pain or migraines.
When you throw them in the trash, those medicines can become lethal in the wrong hands. Our hands. You may be finished with that medicine,
but those pills are making me real popular at school.
My brother James could think they're candy. Our dog loves to get in the garbage, and those meds can make him sick or worse. So stop. There are better ways to dispose of your unused meds.
There are lots of police stations, local pharmacies, and hospitals that are approved to take in unused meds and dispose of them safely.
Disposal sites are close by.
It's easy, and it's the right thing to do. For us. The ones you love.
To find a medicine disposal site near you, visit www.safe.pharmacy. A public service message from the National Association of Boards of Pharmacy.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Jose. Winning teams know the value of a good six-man. Count on Grainger to give your business a boost on the bench. Call or click Grainger.com for over 1 million industrial-grade products. 15:25 to go first half. Purdue 10, Arizona 9. Braden Smith with 8 of Purdue's 10. PJ, you asked him yesterday, when do you know that you have to go offensively? When do you lay back? He said it's just kind of a feel thing. Clearly, he feels like his team needs his offense in this game.
Well, he wanted to make sure they got off to a good start, and he's done just that. Both teams are 4 for 7 from the field. Both teams haven't missed a 3 yet. Purdue's 2 for 2. Arizona's 1 for 1. What I don't like, if I'm Matt Painter, a couple of offensive rebounds already for Mo Krivas, and it's 6-2 paint points in favor of the Wildcats already.
Foul was on Trey Kaufman-Renn prior to the timeout. Mo Krivas at the free throw line. His first rims in to tie the game. Krivas is a 78% free throw shooter. Coming off a 14-point game against Arkansas on Thursday night, a game where Arizona had 6 in double figures. In fact, they had 6 with 14 or more. First team in NCAA tournament history to have that. Second free throw for Krivas is on the way, and that one rims in. So the big man makes both. It's 11-10 Arizona with 15:24 to go in the first.
I'll tell you what, all the teams that played here are going to want to take these rims with them. They are really soft.
Smith driving down to the left baseline, cut off by Karchenkov, heads back to the right. Smith to the right elbow, fading jumper from there on the way. That one rims out no good. Krivas rips down the rebound inside. Hand it off to Jaden Bradley. Wildcats with the ball up by 1. Here's Burries, left wing, 3 in transition. That's short off the rim. Offensive rebound, Pete. Up top, Bradley dribbles to the right elbow. His jumper is up and good. First bucket of the game for Jaden Bradley, 13-10, Arizona.
3 offensive rebounds already, partner.
Something Matt Painter said his team could not give up. Here's Smith with it over on the right side. He'll get it up top to Lawyer. Lawyer out to Cox, high on the left. Cox up top to Club, looks to his right, hands it off Smith. Smith to the free throw line, got the ball knocked away, gets it back, shovels it out for Benter near midquarters in the game for the first time. Out high right to Smith with 5 to shoot. Smith against Karchenkov. Smith dribbling over on the left. Pump fake. Gets it out to Lawyer. Heaves a 3 over Bradley from the right slot. Around and out, no good. Krivas taps the rebound into the hands of Burries. Arizona ball up by 3. Here's Burries with it over on the right side. Up top to Krivas. Inside to Pete. Makes the catch. Puts a shoulder into Benter. Lays it up and in. Boy, Koa Pete went right through Jack Benter. 15-10 Arizona.
Jack Benter's just not big enough to defend Koa Pete inside.
Smith into the front court. It's a 6-0 Wildcat run. Here's Clough with it, top of the circle beyond the three-point line. Clough puts it on the deck, handed off Lawyer. Lawyer dribbling right, holds off Bradley, forced his way to the mid-post, bounces down to Clough, turns left, puts it up off the window and good for 2. He got around Krivas inside. It's the first bucket for Clough to make it 15-12 Arizona.
Nice pass by Lawyer, nice finish by Clough.
Karchenkov with it on the right wing for Arizona. Backs up, off the screen, get it to Krivas at the foul line, turn, one-handed push shot, back of the iron, no, and Lawyer's got the Purdue rebound, over to Smith, Karchenkov took it away. 2-on-1, Karchenkov to the bucket, laid it up and in. Defense turning to offense for Ivan Karchenkov in Arizona, 17-12 Wildcats.
Ivan Karchenkov was delightful to talk to yesterday when we interviewed him. He makes a lot of things happen on the court.
Cox with it out near midcourt, bounce it over to Smith in the left slot. Smith dribbling on Bradley, gets around him, stop inside the foul line, finds Cox, left corner, 3-ball on the way, back of the iron, no, offensive rebound, Clough, out to Smith, top to Lawyer, shoots the 3, that one back in the rim, no good, another offensive rebound, Clough has it, gets it knocked away, ball loose, still loose, and now we've got a whistle and a foul. Bodies colliding. Karchenkov will get called for the foul as he bumped into Cox. It's the first against Ivan Karchenkov. Substitutions for Arizona, Anthony Del Orso and Tobe Awaka will check in for Purdue. Trey Kaufman-Renn returns. Omer Meyer in for the first time, as is Jakari Harris.
What a luxury for Tommy Lloyd. Brings in Anthony Del Orso, started 28 games last year, shot over 40% from 3. Tobe Awaka started 36 games, almost 8 boards a game last year.
And now an offensive foul on the inbound. It's against Kaufman-Renn, and that's his second. And Matt Painter is beside himself.
Watch the replay. He and Jaden Bradley were hooked up. And unfortunately, when Trey Kaufman-Renn pushed off, he happened to hit him like up near the throat, so it looked more exaggerated. You know, if it was just two guys pushing each other in the chest, probably wouldn't have been called, but kind of snapped his head back.
That is a massive call. Here's Braden Burries with it, top of the key, beyond the three-point line. Looks at Del Orso, finds him on the left wing, dump it down to Owaka, left of the lane against Clough. Owaka backing in, turns middle, puts it up with the right, and scores. Tobe Owaka right off the bench, into the bucket, 19-12 Arizona.
Matt Painter immediately put the stop sign up for Braden Smith, said, walk it up, let's get this thing under control.
Here's Benter with it out between the circles. Drop it for Clough, high on the right side above the elbow, puts it on the deck with the left hand. Walks over to the left elbow, give it to Braden Smith. Smith out front, dribbles over on the right. Between the legs pass in the middle to Clough, who got stripped and fouled going up. And he's going to go to the free throw line. How about Braden Smith, a little Bob Cousy in between the legs to Oscar Clough, who earns himself a couple of free throws.
Perfect lead, too, right in. Well, pretty good trap in there. I actually called it on Koa Pete. I thought Bradley did a good job coming up with the ball.
Yeah, I agree. The foul is against Bradley. It's his first. So Clough will go to the free throw line, 70% on the year. Transfer from South Dakota State. And the first free throw is good. The official NCAA Ticket Exchange is the only NCAA-approved place to buy and sell authentic, 100% guaranteed men's Final Four tickets with other fans. Visit the official NCAA Ticket Exchange today at ncaa.com/exchange. Benter will sit the 7'4" Daniel Jacobson in for the first time for Purdue.
Definitely earlier than I would have anticipated Jacobson being on the floor.
Second free throw in and out, no good. And the rebound tipped out to Braden Smith. So Purdue getting on the offensive glass.
Jacobson knocked it back in the game, and immediately he contributes to an offensive rebound.
Smith getting Purdue organized between the circles. He's got a Waka on a switch. He'll shoot the three from the top of the key. Front of the rim, no good. And we've got a foul on the rebound as Jacobson got held. That's going to be Koa Pete. So he picks up his first, and the size of Daniel Jacobson making an impact.
You've seen Purdue more than I have, Ryan. I don't think Jacobson and Oscar Clough usually spend a lot of time together on the floor, but the two bigs are on the floor now for the Boilermakers.
There's a timeout of the court sponsored by Progressive Insurance. You could save big when you bundle your auto, home, motorcycle, RV, or boat. Visit Progressive.com. 11:56 to go first half. Arizona 19, Purdue 13. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doop doop, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Staples presents That Was Easy.
So I opened a restaurant and needed everything. Menus, signage, catering brochures.
Everything and then some.
I went to Staples. They printed it all and even suggested takeout menus.
One money pit with a side of fries.
But now at Staples, you get up to $125 off custom print orders.
$125 off. Now you're cooking. Brand your business in a big way at Staples.
That was easy.
Shop Staples in store, online, or in the app by 4/18 to unlock. Exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for details.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with the Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance tech at a university, he knows ordering from multiple suppliers takes time away from keeping their arena up and running. That's why he counts on Grainger to get everything he needs, from lighting and HVAC parts to plumbing supplies, all in one place. And with fast, dependable delivery, he's stocked and ready for the next tip-off. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
You can stream every Westwood One basketball game for free, sponsored by LinkedIn Ads. Reach your buyers with LinkedIn Ads. Spend $250 and get a $250 credit for your next campaign. Visit linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms apply. For a live stream, go to westwoodonesports.com or download the Westwood One Sports app today. 11:56 to go, first half in San Jose. Arizona 19, Purdue 13. We were talking about Arizona getting on the offensive glass, how good they are, but Purdue has some activity on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they've really done a good job, and Daniel Jacobson's made his presence felt since he came in. But you referenced before 6 Wildcats, 14 or more points, double figures, 14 or more points the other night on Thursday. 6 guys have scored already for Arizona. 6 different players have scored. Only 3 so far for the Boilermakers.
Purdue ball baseline right out of the timeout. They'll lob it to Jacobson out high on the right, guarded by Dwayne Aristode, who's in for the first time. Jacobson will hand it off for Braden Smith above the right hash mark. Smith with 8 already in the game. Clough out to set a screen. Smith dribbling around to the left. Gets to the elbow. Pump fake to Walker. Let him fly by. Pump fake again. Drop it off Jacobson. 4 to shoot. Up top to Smith. Guarded by Aristode. Bounce it down low. Clough spins in the middle. Burries is there. Took it away. Burries on the run. Burries weaving through traffic. He got it poked away from behind. Into the hands of Smith. Purdue takes it back. High right to Meyer. Into the corner, Jakari Harris. Pump fake. Dribbles left. Top to Meyer for 3. That one bangs off the left side of the rim. No good. Fight for the rebound inside. And Tobe Awaka's got it for Arizona.
5 straight misses from 3 for Purdue after they made their first 2. That was Meyer that made the steal. Good hustle play.
Here's Walker with it driving down the right side. Puts a shoulder into Jacobson. Off the back of the rim. No good. And the rebound inside for Oscar Clough.
A lot of contact. Tommy Lloyd's looking across at Greenstein saying, that's a foul.
Braden Smith with the dribble out high. Heads over on the right side. Kribas steps out. They bounce it to Clough inside the foul line. 12-foot push shot off the glass. Way too strong, but Smith has the rebound and then bounces it to nobody out of bounds into the Arizona bench. That is a rare occasion there. An unforced turnover for Braden Smith. Jaden Bradley and Ivan Karchenkov will return to the Arizona lineup. Burries is going to have a seat, as will Aristode.
Yeah, Braden Smith turned to Omer Meyer and he said, hey, fill in. Omer was top of the key, and when Braden penetrated past the free throw line, he wanted Meyer to slide down and like to the wing position. He threw it without looking. Meyer was still standing top. There was no way for Braden to get it back to him. He wanted him to create a passing angle.
Fletcher Lawyer back in for Purdue. Smith will sit. 10:47 to go first half. 19-13 Arizona. Here's Anthony Del Orso with it. Out to the left of the March Madness logo. Get it to Bradley above the hash mark. Bounce it to Kribas left in the lane. Kribas trying to back it against Jacobson. Here comes the help from Harris. Del Orso right wing. 3-ball up. Around and out. No good. Meyer fighting for the rebound. It's knocked away by Karchenkov out of bounds. It'll be Purdue ball.
Good look by Del Orso. That would have been the 7th Wildcat to score had that shot gone down. There goes the big, wow, this is an interesting move by Matt Painter.
Trey Kaufman-Renn with his 2 fouls is coming back into the ball game. Now, Purdue has gone over 3 minutes without a field goal. They've got 4 turnovers in that span.
But it's only a 6-point game. I'm surprised. Matt obviously is confident. He knows TK better than I do. Trey Kaufman-Renn must be confident that he can play without committing a foul.
Meyer up top to Kaufman-Renn, dribbles above the left elbow, hand it off Lawyer, dribbling right, turns the corner, bounces down to Clough on the block. Up top, Harris shoots the 3 over Del Orso. It's good. Jakari Harris with a triple. 19-16 Arizona, 10:07 to go in the first.
Purdue hanging right in. They need those threes, though. They have 3 of them already, 3 for 8 from downtown.
Awaka over to Bradley. Bradley dribbling right against Harris. Turns the corner. Stop at the mid-post. 13-foot jumper. Rims out. Clough tapped the rebound. Collected down low by Harris, who screams at the Purdue bench. Off it goes to Meyer. Boilermaker ball down by 3. Meyer looking. Bounce it down to Kaufman-Renn. He's posted against Kribas. Now turns, faces him up 15 feet away on the left. Trying to back his way into the paint. Couple of dribbles. Drop the shoulder. Turns. Pump fake. Puts it up with the right. No good. That's an air ball. Karchenkov has the rebound. Karchenkov into the front court. Down the right side. Lowers the shoulder. Gets inside. Stripped away by Harris. Jakari Harris just took it away from Ivan Karchenkov.
Matt Painter again with the roadblock sign up. Slow down, guys.
Meyer probing down the right side. Fade away from 12. Rims in. Omer Meyer's first bucket of the game, and Purdue has ripped off 5 straight. They're within 1. 19-18. 9 minutes to go. Here's Del Orso between the circles. Del Orso to the right elbow. Jumps the pass to Awaka left block. Puts it up. He's hammered by Harris. And Tobe Awaka is going to go to the free throw line. Foul against Jakari Harris, his first. So with 8:55 to go, Tobe Awaka will go to the free throw line. Now, this is not the strength of Awaka. 64% free throw shooter. Hey fans, Westwood One of the Varsity Network bring you all the remaining action for your team's call. Stream it exclusively on the free Varsity Network app. Download today.
So far, it's been the interior game of Arizona and the perimeter game of Purdue, pretty much canceling each other out.
Awaka splashes the first free throw. One more for Tobe Awaka, sixth man of the year in the Big 12. Second year at Arizona after spending a couple of years with Rick Barnes at Tennessee. Second free throw for Awaka on the way, and good. So Tobe Awaka makes both. He's got 4. 21-18 Arizona, 8 minutes, 55 seconds to go first half. Meyer handling with Smith on the bench. Meyer into the front court, dribbles over on the left. Karchenkov stays in front. Meyer heads back to the right. Awaka jumps out. They try to trap Meyer. Get it to Clough at the left elbow. Dribbles down, puts a shoulder into Krivas. Turns, puts it up with the right hand. No good. Grabs his own rebound and scores off the glass. Another offensive rebound for Clough. He's got 5 points. 21-20 Arizona.
But he saw that his shot was going to miss, and he just out-quicked the Arizona bigs. He went after it before they did.
That is 6 offensive rebounds already for Purdue. They have doubled up Arizona in that category. Bradley with it, up top. Clough jumps in the passing lane, took it away from Krivas. Dribbling down the right side, stopped, traveled, got away with it out front. Lawyer dribbles down the left side, finds Harris, left corner 3 for the lead. Got it! Jakari Harris for 3. 23-21 Purdue. 8 minutes to go in the first half. The Boilermakers have come all the way back.
Tommy Lloyd is beside himself at DJ Carstensen, and he's right. Clearly a travel and a three-point shot.
Karchenkov lobs it into Krivas, who is fouled. And who's that going to be against? Clough is saying it's against him.
I don't know who Mike Greenstein called it on. It's going to be a huge call.
Yeah, we got to see if that's against Trey Kaufman-Renn. They actually called it against Lawyer. So the call is against Fletcher Lawyer. He picks up his first. And we will step aside with 7:48 to go in the first half. It's Purdue 23, Arizona 21. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, sports fans. Kevin Kugler here, sportscaster for college basketball. And I have a special announcement from Five Guys. They know no bracket is safe this tournament season and want you to be prepared. Like when that pesky 12 seed upsets the 5. Or that school you never heard of turns your lock into a loss. Ouch. So when your bracket inevitably busts, don't cry. Stop at Five Guys and get some consolation fries. They'll make you feel like a winner again.
Great Hire can change everything. Productivity, efficiency, and the way your whole business runs. But finding that person shouldn't feel impossible. When you're in need of hiring help fast, this is a job for Sponsored Jobs. Indeed, Sponsored Jobs helps you reach candidates with the exact skills, experience, and know-how your business actually needs. And you'll only pay for results. Sponsor your job, get matched with the right people, and hire with confidence. Don't leave hiring to chance. Visit Indeed.com/credit.
Class, today we're talking NCAA championships and life lessons. Schoolwork got you stressed? Feeling overwhelmed? Need a place to unleash a quick hearty yell? Yeah! You gotta get off the couch and join thousands of screaming fans for a heart-pounding in-person experience you have to see to believe. NCAA championships. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/tickets.
Will this be on the test?
Oh, sweet child. This is the test.
Really fun game going on in San Jose. Purdue finally has the lead for the first time, 23-21, 7:48 to go. Jason Horwitz, Nick Bob back with you here in our Westwood One studios. And, you know, the fouls to Trey Kaufman-Renn, certainly a problem, but Purdue's regathered itself here.
Absolutely, and this is Arizona's first deficit of the tournament, but you're right. They've managed the foul trouble at least for a few moments, and Jakari Harris is coming off the bench, knocked down a couple of shots, but it is still going to be imperative that Trey Kaufman-Renn stay out of foul trouble. Can he keep that third foul away for the final 8 minutes of the first half?
Coming up on the Halftime Report, sponsored by Liberty Mutual, Nick Baugh and I will relive that opener where Illinois earned its first trip to the Final Four in 21 years. We'll hear from Keaton Wagler on what has been a magical run getting to the Final Four. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Back to San Jose, Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo.
7:48 to go first half. Purdue in the midst of a 10-2 run has taken a 23-21 lead on Arizona. Right now, Purdue is winning the hustle game against the Wildcats.
Yeah,
PJ.
they are. And Tommy Lloyd referenced that when he was talking to Allie LaForce from TBS earlier at a timeout interview. Tell you what, I'd like to be Arizona. They're shooting 8 for 16 from the field, 50%. Purdue's only shooting 43%. But they've taken more shots because they've out-rebounded Arizona 11-9. More importantly, 6-3 on the offensive boards. Game's a little sloppy. Both teams have 4 turnovers already, Ryan.
Arizona ball out of the timeout. Bradley to inbound. Gets it into Kribas high on the left. Braden Burry's back on the floor. Takes the handoff. Dribbling to the free throw line. Stops. Pump fake. Pump fake again. Needs some help. Out front it goes to Karchenkov with 10 to shoot. Karchenkov dribbling over on the left. Jacobson steps out on it. Over to Bradley. Driving right. Down the lane to the rim. It's erased inside by Clough. Picked up by Harris. Here comes Purdue. Jakari Harris with it, crossing to the right. Stops inside the free throw line. Lob it into Jacobson. Makes the catch. Lays it up. Missed it short. Koa Pete has the Arizona rebound.
Didn't go up strong enough. Matt Painter would like a foul call, but you got to go up stronger to get a foul call.
Pete right side. Karchenkov 3 is short, and Clough is there for another Purdue rebound. Back to Omer Meyer. Meyer slowly into the front court. Trey Coffin-Wren and Braden Smith on the bench right now, and Purdue, in the midst of a 10-2 run, has taken the lead. Here's Meyer with it, dribbling over on the right, stop of the elbow, fading jumper is up, and that one rims in. Another friendly bounce, this one for Omer Meyer. 12-2 Boilermakers spurt, they lead 25-21.
That Painter has just the tempo that he likes right now.
Pete driving down the right side, and Koa Pete is able to score with the right hand off the window.
Seemed like Arizona had not scored in a long time, partner.
25-23. The Wildcats had gone over 5 minutes without a field goal before that bucket. Here's Meyer out front against Karchenkov. Dribbles over on the right side. Gets Karchenkov in his hip pocket. Inside the foul line. 10-footer is up back in the rim. No good. Karchenkov has the Arizona rebound. Off to Jaden Bradley. Wildcats can tie or take the lead. 6:17 to go first half. Here's Pete with it. Left of the lane. He's got Jacobson on him. Pete puts it on the deck, backing in, double team comes. Pete whips it to Bradley, right wing, wide open 3 for the lead, back in the rim, no. Harris has the Purdue rebound.
Jaden Bradley's got to give Arizona more, I think, for them to win big games.
1 of 4 from the floor for Bradley. Meyer with it to the front court again, watched by Karchenkov. Smith is at the table to come into the next dead ball. Here's Lawyer with it high on the left, dribbles over to the right side, stops, thought about the 3, didn't take it. Back up top to Meyer, now to Harris on the left, dump it into Clough, deflected by Kribas, back to Harris, dribbles down to the left baseline, pump fake Burries, leans in, got contact, no call, ball loose underneath after the shot, it's going to be a shot clock violation. Never hit rim, and so Purdue turns it over. Braden Smith and C.J. Cox back in. Jakari Harris will sit, so will Omer Meyer. Well, Jakari Harris gave Purdue some nice minutes off the bench.
Certainly did. You know, I'm looking at, I hadn't noticed it before, partner. Karchenkov and Meyer, very similar player. They both happen to be international players. They're both physical. They can put the ball on the floor. They can shoot the 3. They make things happen when they're on the floor.
Would you put Omer Meyer in the bowling ball category that you put Karchenkov in?
I haven't seen him knock people down. Tommy Lloyd agreed with me yesterday.
Yes, he did. Bradley off the Pete screen to the right. Bouncing back to Pete. Driving down the left side of the rim. Got fouled going up. Jacobson came over and blocked the shot on the help. They called the foul on Oscar Clough, who was the primary defender. It's the first against Clough, and Koa Pete will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. 62% free throw shooter.
It's too big to call a bowling ball, but Koa Pete's another one that loves contact. I mean, if he can go straight to the rim or go straight through somebody to get to the rim, he prefers the contact.
Pete settles. First free throw on the way is good. Later on, we'll select a smart coaching move of the day, sponsored by O'Reilly Auto Parts. Think O'Reilly Auto Parts for all your car care needs. Get the parts and service you need fast from the professional parts people at O'Reilly Auto Parts. You know, it's interesting. You look at this Arizona team, they kind of resemble a lot of the teams Matt Painter has had over the years with those big, wide bodies.
Without question. And again, Purdue, obviously coming from the Big Ten and winning the Big Ten tournament, they're not going to be intimidated by any team physically, but this is very similar to a lot of earlier Matt Painter teams. Trey Coffin-Wren back on the floor for Matt Painter. playing with 2 fouls.
Pete's second free throw good. We're tied at 25, 5-12 to go first half. Cox with the dribble, makes the pass over to Smith on the left. Smith dribbling over on the right side, turns the corner, down to the baseline, stops there, shovel it off Clough. Left-handed push shot, front of the rim, no good. Rebound tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Arizona. It'll be Purdue ball, baseline left, and again, Purdue winning the hustle plays.
Oscar Clough would love to have that shot back again off a nice feed from Braden Smith. He's got to finish that shot.
Fletcher Lawyer will inbound baseline left. Good call by the officials. We got to look at the replay. That was off Koa Pete. Inbound to Clough, high on the left side, bounce it up top to Smith.
Lawyer's been quiet, partner.
Had a couple of threes, hasn't been able to knock it down. Smith has been hot, dribbles up to the top of the key, weaves back out near midcourt with 8 to shoot. Smith against Karchenkov. Shot clock down to 5. Smith dribbling over on the right. Smith down the lane, pump fake Krivas, step back, put it up off the window, missed it short. Krivas has the Arizona rebound. Off to Jaden Bradley, 25-25 game. Bradley into the front court, top to Krivas. High left it goes to Burry. Dribbles up to the top of the key. Stops, fires a 3. That one off the left side of the rim, no good. Karchenkov the offensive rebound. Put it up and in. 6 for Ivan Karchenkov, and Arizona is taking the lead back. 27-25, 4:20 to go before intermission.
Arizona spent about 10 minutes in practice yesterday working against Braden Smith's pump fakes. It's hard to do. Stay on the floor. He loves to pump fake.
Smith dribbles over on the right side. Bounce it back to Kaufman-Renn. Left elbow push shot is good, and that'll tie the game. 27-27, 4 points for Trey Kaufman-Renn. Hurries into the front court, drop it back to Koa Pete. Over on the left wing, he'll hand it off for Jaden Bradley. Brings the dribble back out between the circles. Krivas out to set a screen. Bradley bounce pass to Karchenkov. Throws it away to Cox. Running 2-on-2 the other way. Bounce it at Smith and went right by him and out of bounds. That'll be the 6th Purdue turnover. A team that only averages about 9 a game. 6 already.
Yeah, C.J. Cox thought Braden Smith. It was really a 2-on-1. He thought Braden was going in for a layup. Braden chose to kind of spot up for a jump shot, and he threw away ahead of him. The two of them just weren't on the same page.
Timeout with 3:45 to go in the first half. Arizona and Purdue tied at 27. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
On the court, every possession counts. In business, it's every lead. But too many businesses are still guessing what's making the phone ring and what's a waste of money. CallRail turns that guesswork into a winning game plan by showing you exactly what marketing drove every call, text, and form fill. CallRail's AI assistant can even answer calls 24/7, book appointments, and keep leads from calling the competition so you never miss your shot. That's why over 225,000 businesses trust CallRail. Stop guessing and start winning. Try it free at callrail.com.
Doug. There's nowhere I wouldn't go to help someone customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual, even if it means sitting front row at a comedy show.
Hey everyone, check out this guy and his bird. What is this, your first date?
Oh, no, we help people customize and save on car insurance with Liberty Mutual together. We're married. Me to a human, him to a bird.
Yeah, the bird looks out of your league anyways.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Marketers, you know that feeling. An advertising investment seemed on point but didn't drive any revenue. And now your CFO wants answers. LinkedIn calls that bull spend. Invest in what looks good to your CFO. LinkedIn Ads generates the highest ROAS of all major ad networks. So cut the bull spend and advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first LinkedIn Ads campaign and get a $250 credit. Visit linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms and conditions apply.
Workdays can be unpredictable, but your workwear shouldn't be. With the Cintas Apparel Plus program, you'll have freshly laundered garments for everyone on your team delivered every week. Cintas has workwear for just about any job imaginable, with high-performance fabrics and an uncompromising fit that stretches and moves with you. Don't leave looking and feeling good to chance. Visit Cintas.com.
Oh, I'm ready!
And get ready for the workday.
When you tell someone what team you cheer for, do they apologize? Does your first childhood memory involve crying on a Jumbotron? Then you may be a fan of a BST or bad sports team. Luckily, when you bundle your home and auto insurance with Progressive, you're protected from things like fire damage caused by violently unplugging the TV. Or an accidental overhand left to the drywall. Visit Progressive.com today. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and other insurers. Covered subject to policy terms. Not available in all states or situations.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm tired of watching hard-working Americans play soft defense against unexpected car repairs. A broken transmission won't pay for itself. That's why I ride with CarShield. Great savings and great defense go hand in hand. They protect up to 5,000 parts like your engine and AC. Can you afford a repair bill in the thousands? Then don't tell me you can't afford CarShield with month-to-month options. There's a plan for every budget. So go to carshield.com for your free quote.
Class, today we're talking women's hoops. Open your textbooks. Join thousands of other screaming fans for an in-person experience you have to see to believe. NCAA March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your seats today at ncaa.com/WBB tickets.
I'm destined to watch my team go for it all.
The student has become the professor.
There's a difference between liking a house and actually getting it. Redfin is built to make up that difference and close the gap between finding and owning the home for you. Redfin agents close twice as many deals as other agents, so when you find a home you love, you're not a step behind when it's time to make an offer. That means less watching great homes disappear and more focus on the one you'll actually move into and call home. Redfin helps turn saved listings into real addresses. Get started at redfin.com. Own the dream.
Hi, this is Sarah at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
I've been dreaming of hosting a big dinner party, but I don't have enough plates.
Oh, that's easy.
Or bowls or cups or chairs.
So you need more everything. Well, IKEA has all your dining needs from dinnerware and utensils to full dining sets.
Wow, everything but the kitchen sink.
Actually, we have those too. Get everything your dream kitchen needs at a price you didn't dream possible. In-store or online at ikea.us/dreamkitchen. Dream the possibilities.
Foul against the Waka, and Arizona has turned the ball over, and the Wildcats want a timeout. Tommy Lloyd is going to stop it with 2:21 to go. Purdue up 33-27. More than want a timeout. They need a timeout. Timeout on the floor with 2:21 to go. It's Purdue 33, Arizona 27. You are listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's instant thick lather gives you a close, comfortable shave at a trusted value. Barbasol.
For over 100 years, the NCAA has supported student athletes competing and going to college. And now, the NCAA and its schools provide healthcare coverage, mental health services, scholarship guarantees, and more. And scholarships have grown. The NCAA is a launching point, a leg up, and a spot to land. See all the ways the NCAA puts student athletes first at ncaa.org.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to show off your Cole styles. School drop-off, a chance for your outfit to shine in the morning rays. The sun filtering through your windows, practically a personal spotlight, and family walks, all perfectly timed for golden hour. Shop Kohl's for 15% off and make the most of more daylight. Your outfits deserve it. Select styles. Offer ends April 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's instant thick lather gives you a close, comfortable shave at a trusted value. Barbasol.
All right, Jason Horwitz, Nick Bob, back with you here at our Westwood One Studios. 8-0 run over the last 104 seconds for Purdue. C.J. Cox, Braden Smith, back-to-back threes, and the Boilermakers lead by 6, 2:21 to go, Nick. And, Purdue, in the win the other night against Texas, 4 made threes. They had 6 here in the first half against Arizona.
That's the story of the first half. Arizona, we know they're not reliant on the three. We know they don't like to take a lot of threes, but they are getting beat badly from beyond the arc, plus 15 in favor of the Boilermakers. Plus, just Purdue's playing harder right now. They got 6 more shots, like Coach PJ Carlissimo on the call is saying. All the hustle plays are going Purdue's way.
Yeah, and a lot of those Oscar Clough. He has had a really strong first half with some rebounds, some assists, a steal, a block, all those things. And then obviously Braden Smith's offense coming alive for the first time since the opening round. Big-time win for the Boilermakers. All right, we know there were some technical difficulties. Let's get you back here to San Jose. Let's finish out this first half. Ryan Radke and PJ Carlissimo.
2:15 to go first half. Purdue ball up by 6, 33-27. Smith dribbling over on the right side, get it down to Clough on the baseline. Posted up against Tobe Awaka. Clough backing his way to the paint, spins baseline. Awaka reached in, knocked it away. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Awaka. It'll be Purdue ball, baseline right.
On the right baseline, nice spin move by Oscar Clough off his baseline foot, but Awaka reached in with the left hand and just knocked it out of bounds.
Fletcher Lawyer will inbound for Purdue. Lawyer looking, lobs it into Clough, makes the catch over his head, trying to get it to Braden Smith. Finally does near midcourt, gets around Karchenkov with 5 to shoot. Smith, top of the key, off balance 3 is up, around and out, no good, and Awaka's got the rebound. Boy, that almost went in for Braden Smith.
And he had to shoot it quickly, too.
Bradley down the right side, pump fake, leaned in, got contact. Can't make the jumper, but he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's a smart play by Jaden Bradley. This Arizona offense is struggling.
Well, they're not making their shots. They made their first 3, and they're 0 for 5 since then, but they're not doing much better overall. They started out 8 for 13. They're 2 for 11 since. Early on, they were just pounding the ball inside and scoring inside. They are getting to the free throw line, which is a good sign if you're Tommy Lloyd.
Valiant's Braden Smith, his first. Jaden Bradley at the free throw line, and his first is good. Download the Westwood One Sports app and catch every remaining minute of the men's and women's tournaments anytime, anywhere. Get the Westwood One Sports app today.
It's interesting, a little bit of his own medicine. Arizona spent so much time yesterday with the players who were going to be defending Braden Smith, trying to get him to stay on the floor against pump fakes, and Jaden Bradley just got him on a pump fake up in the air.
Bradley makes the second free throw. He's got 4. 33-29 Purdue. 100 seconds to go here in the first half. Smith across the timeline with a right-hand dribble. Holds it out high on the left, directing traffic. Here comes Clough to set the screen. Smith dribbles over on the right, get it to a curling Lawyer. Top of the key 3 is good. Fletcher Lawyer's first triple. 36-29, Purdue up 7, their largest lead.
That's why that's so big, to get Lawyer going.
Bradley throws the lob inside Koa Pete, makes the catch on the right and leaves it in off the glass.
We've only got 75 seconds left, but Arizona needs to settle down. Don't forget, they did not trail in the first 3 games in the NCAA tournament.
36-31 Purdue. Boilermakers with the ball. Smith with it out front against Bradley. Dribbles over on the left. Awaka jumps out to help Smith. Left wing 3 ball off the rim short. C.J. Cox offensive rebound. Foul line jumper is good for Cox. Offensive rebound and gets it in. 5 points for Cox. 38-31 Purdue. Here's Burries driving right. Burries behind the back. 15-foot jumper from the right. That's short. Rebound underneath to Cox for Purdue. Off it goes to Braden Smith. Into the front court, high on the left side. Boilermakers looking to extend the lead. Smith hooks it past the Clough. Left of the lane. Puts a shoulder into Pete. Turns. Pump fake. Top to Smith. 3 on the way. Front of the rim, no. And the rebound. Karchenkov outfights Smith. 24 seconds to go. Shot clock is off.
Purdue does not have a foul to give. They've committed 16 fouls.
Burries will hold the dribble out front for Arizona. Game clock melts to 10. Now it's 6. Top to Koa Pete. Pete dribbling left, goes between his legs into the paint. Off balance shot, up no good. Awaka grabbed the offensive rebound. Taken away by Smith. He'll heave it at the buzzer. No good. We will go to the locker room with the Purdue Boilermakers on top by 7. It's Purdue 38, Arizona 31.
Partner, you described it. They seem quicker to loose balls. They're definitely quicker to offensive rebounds. But it's the Purdue defense, after initially struggling to control Arizona inside, they have shut down the Wildcats in the half court, and they're making their 3, so there's no transition available for Arizona.
Halftime score here in San Jose. Purdue 38, Arizona 31. When we return, we'll head back to our studios for the halftime report. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's instant thick lather gives you a close, comfortable shave at a trusted value. Barbasol.
Hi, this is Sarah at the Department of Rejected Dreams. If you had a dream rejected, IKEA can make it possible.
I've been dreaming of hosting a big dinner party, but I don't have enough plates.
Oh, that's easy.
Or bowls or cups or chairs.
So you need more everything. Well, IKEA has all your dining needs from dinnerware and utensils to full dining sets.
Wow, everything but the kitchen sink.
Actually, we have those too. Get everything your dream kitchen needs at a price you didn't dream possible. In-store or online at ikea.us/dreamkitchen. Dream the possibilities.
For over 100 years, the NCAA has supported student athletes competing and going to college. And now, the NCAA and its schools provide healthcare coverage, mental health services, scholarship guarantees, and more. And scholarships have grown. The NCAA is a launching point, a leg up, and a spot to land. See all the ways the NCAA puts student athletes first at ncaa.org.
Spring brings brighter days and more time to show off your Cole styles. School drop-off, a chance for your outfit to shine in the morning rays. The sun filtering through your windows, practically a personal spotlight. And family walks, all perfectly timed for golden hour. Shop Kohl's for 15% off and make the most of more daylight. Your outfits deserve it. Select styles. Offer ends April 4th. Some exclusions apply. See store or kohls.com for details.
Why pay more for a great shave? Choose Barbasol, America's #1 brand of shaving cream. Barbasol's instant thick lather gives you a close, comfortable shave at a trusted value. Barbasol.
Welcome to the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network Halftime Report, sponsored by Liberty Mutual.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance, so you only pay for what you need. Once again, here are your hosts, Jason Horowitz and Nick Bob.
7.5 minutes into the game, Arizona led 19-12. The Wildcats were 8 of 13 from the floor, and it looked like it has all tournament. But the other 12.5 minutes, very different story. They are 3 of their last 15, and they are down 7 at the break to a veteran game. Purdue Boilermaker squad, 38-31 the score at the half. Nick Bond, you mentioned it when we were coming out here with about 2 minutes to go. The three-point game has been a massive difference. If it stays this direction, Arizona's going to lose this ball game.
Yeah, absolutely. And that was always the concern with Arizona. They check every box except you wonder in 2026 in college basketball, how successful can you be when you just don't get a lot of production from the three-point line? They've been able to overwhelm teams in the paint and getting to the free throw line and doing okay in those departments in the first half here, but Purdue has exploded from beyond the arc, plus 18 from the three-point line for Purdue. But also, Braden Smith, he had his foot on the gas to score the ball right away. And I remember talking to Matt Painter in mid-January, and I said, what kind of mindset do you like Braden to have? Set the table or score? He goes, I always tell him, think score, because the pass will just easily present itself if you have that mindset. Well, it's clear he has an attack-to-score mindset in this game so far.
Yeah, he had 3 of his first 4 threes, and he's getting into the paint to create for the other threes as well. All right, 7-point Purdue lead, trying to make it 2 for 2 for the Big Ten in the Final Four. What happened earlier today? You know, Illinois didn't hit a lot of threes. They had 3, and they are a team that does rely on the three-point shot. And they trailed Iowa the entire first half. But Keaton Wagler and Bennett Sturtz were having a duel, and Keaton Wagler's second half was special.
Keaton Wagler, the inbounder, low right baseline. Lost into the front court right side for Mitrovic. Back to the rim. Mitrovic backs his way down. Passes out to Zvonimir Ivicic. Hands off to Davis. He gives to Wagler between the circles. Wagler gets a screen. Dribbles right. Spins. Jab. Steps back. Wide open 3. That's good. Just brilliant to put the Illini in front by 2.
He stepped back on Howard. Howard ended up in Pearland, Texas.
My goodness.
The step back got him going from the three-point line, and he was inside the restricted arc by the time he landed. That's how much space that Wagler got to step back and hit that three. Game was still tied, 51 apiece, 7 minutes to go. It was a really good game the first 33 minutes, and then Illinois proved way too much.
Down the home stretch, we come in Houston, Illinois 54, Iowa 51. We cause 6 minutes. Ivisic low right, double team. Backs down, Folgata steps middle, elevates, and hits. Baby lefty jump hook. 5-point Illinois lead. Timeout, Hawkeyes. Tomislav Ivisic has given the Illini their biggest lead of the night. 5:43 to play, make it 5:41. Illinois 56, Iowa 51.
Ivisic 11 of his 13 in the second half, 71-59. Illinois to the Final Four in first time in 21 years. Brad Underwood, the head coach, and he stopped by with Spiro Ditas, Fran Fraschilla courtside after the game.
Coach, you've been doing this a long time. Congratulations first off to you and your staff. Just describe the emotions, what it's like.
Yeah, it's better than you dream. It's, you're a small town Kansas kid. You watch these growing up. Takes you 26 years to become a head Division I coach. You've been to some great spots. I've been blessed to be around great mentors and great people. That's no different here. And I'm just blessed beyond all get out that this happened. And it was a hard-fought game. My hat's off to Iowa. But it is truly a better feeling than you dream about. And I get that side of it. This isn't about me. This is about that group of guys. But dreams do come true.
This was an ultimate test of wills. They play slow. They try to milk those possessions. You had some advantages with the size. What was the difference in the last 5 minutes?
Well, we got a couple of stops, and I thought that Andrei Stojakovic, Kylan, both of them defensively kind of wore Bennett out a little bit. We cross-matched a lot in this game. I thought that had some effect on the game. But, they threw the first punch. We got bloody, and we had to go taste it, and we had to respond a little bit. But the start of the second half, our physicality changed.
You're a long way from Dodge City, Kansas, man. Enjoy Indianapolis.
I appreciate that,
Brad.
Congratulations. Thank you. Appreciate it.
All of the journeys he talked about. Remember, they beat Houston the other night, and he had said leading up to that game, all those things he just said about JC coach. They had to take buses to Arizona. He'll play anyone, anywhere, and he's excited and really enjoying the moment. And he seems to be really enjoying the moment. Ben McCollum, again, he knows all that too. D2, 4-time national champion coach. Drake last year, a 30-win team. He had Iowa on the doorstep of its first Final Four in 46 years, just a little short.
It is tricky, like with these scenarios, because just as a competitor, you think you should be in the Final Four right now. And so it's so tricky, especially right after it. I think I certainly appreciate, my family, my wife and kids, and all that they've sacrificed for us to kind of reach this goal and, goal of getting Iowa basketball to where it belongs. And I think we've got a good foundation for that, and we'll continue to build it.
Yeah, and the question is how, now that he's not going to have the Bennett Sturts connection, will Iowa change? Because he was with him every step of the way the last 4 years from D2 to Drake to here. But no question that they had a winning culture put in this year and went farther. Again, they had great teams. They had high seeds with Fran McCaffrey. Just never got this far in quite some time. All right, Illinois to the Final Four. Purdue's trying to join them. They're up 7 at the half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Pros, just because something on the job runs out doesn't mean you have to. Order it on the Lowe's app. My Lowe's Pro Rewards members get free same-day delivery on eligible orders over $25. Get the fasteners, hardware, or tools you need to keep the job moving. Order by 2 p.m. and get eligible in-stock items delivered right to your job site by 8 p.m. Members get more at Lowe's. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to availability. Restrictions and terms at Lowe's.com/shipping terms. Subject to change.
O'Reilly
Check engine, ABS, or maintenance light on? Take the guesswork out of your warning lights with O'Reilly Veriscan. The service is free and provides a report with solutions verified by ASE certified master technicians. And if you need help, we could recommend a shop for you. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
38-31, Purdue leading Arizona. Of course, all part of the men's Elite Eight today and tomorrow. Michigan, Tennessee, Duke, and UConn. But Westwood One also your home for the women's Sweet 16 all the way to the national championship in Phoenix. We check the women's tournament scoreboard. Sponsored by Upside. Stop over paying for gas. Download the free Upside app. Use promo code SCORE to earn cash back on the gas you buy. Yep, you earn cash back on every gallon of gas you buy. Download the Upside app now. Use promo code SCORE for a limited 25 cents per gallon back on your first tank. TCU was tested by 10th seeded Virginia, but the Horned Frogs going back to the Elite Eight for a second straight year. 3 seed in Sacramento, 79-69. And they are going to take on a South Carolina squad that, they took out their frustration from an earlier loss this year on Oklahoma, today on Oklahoma.
5:45 to play in the third. South Carolina Gamecocks, the 1 seed here in Sacramento, leading the 4 seed Oklahoma by 19. Right wing Johnson for 3. Got it! Shoot till your arm falls off. Tessa Johnson. Oh, man. She knocks it down. 5 of 6 or 12 points. 60-38. Gamecocks leading it by 22.
Sam Niederman, Debbie Antonelli on Westwood One. South Carolina was 10 of 14 from 3. That is 71%. 94-68. The Gamecocks get to the Elite Eight for a 6th straight year. Also getting there today, Michigan for the second time ever. Knocked off Louisville 71-52. They will take on Texas after a 76-54 win over Kentucky. Longhorns the number 1 seed in Fort Worth 3. Don't forget our Elite Eight coverage on the women's side gets going tomorrow. 12:30 Eastern on many of these same stations leading up to UConn and Notre Dame. Then it's UCLA and Duke. And if you can't catch it on the radio, always on the Westwood One Sports app. Purdue 38, Arizona 31 from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
Hi, I'm Mike Richmond of the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs with this message for veterans. If you're a veteran having thoughts of suicide or know of a veteran at risk for taking their own life, call the new Veterans Crisis Line number, 988, then press 1. It's available 24/7. This shorter 3-digit number provides an easier-to-remember way to access the Veterans Crisis Line, which links to over 500 VA suicide prevention coordinators. Suicide prevention is VA's top clinical priority, and in the words of VA Secretary Dennis McDonough, during a crisis, every second counts. This new number, he says, makes it easier for veterans and those who care about them to reach life-saving support without having to be enrolled in VA benefits or health care. For more information, go to veteranscrisisline.net. That's veteranscrisisline.net. I'm Mike Richmond.
In classrooms across the country, chronic absenteeism is on the rise.
Sophia A., grade 4, absent. Julio M., grade 6, absent.
Aisha S., grade 12, absent.
These absences are often due to the absence of crucial needs, like transportation, health care, a working computer, mental health support. The list goes on.
Olivia H., absent. Preston L., absent.
Chloe B., absent.
The reasons why they're absent are very real. And yet the solution is someone present to help them along their path. When site coordinators from communities and schools are on hand, they connect kids to the resources they need. And when they do, 99% of students are present and remain in school throughout the year.
Jacob O., grade 10, present.
Communities and Schools works directly with students, helping them overcome obstacles to succeed in school and in life. Learn more at communitiesinschools.org. Being present matters.
Bradley with it, up top, Clark jumps in the passing lane, took it away from Krivas. Dribbling down the right side, stopped, traveled, got away with it out front. Lawyer dribbles down the left side, finds Harris, left corner 3 for the lead, got it! Jakari Harris for 3. 23-21 Purdue, 8 minutes to go in the first half. The Boilermakers have come all the way back.
and only once relinquished the lead after that, and they lead by 7 at the half, 38-31. Oh, Oscar Clough definitely got away from the treble.
Yes, he did.
Might have walked from the three-point line to the free throw line. Whatever. Big guy on a steal running the floor. What the heck? Nick, your biggest keys for Arizona to get back in this game and win this game?
Well, for me, we've talked a lot about the three-point line and the lack of reliance on it for Arizona. The reality is you are who you are at this point. Arizona wants to play in the paint and at the free throw line, which is fine. That can win. So for me, it's about defending the three-point line better for Arizona. 7 made threes in the first half for Purdue. You have to do a better job staying attached to shooters, but that all starts with corralling Braden Smith, which is a tall task. This is one of the best point guards college basketball has ever seen. He is obviously not going to go down without a heck of a fight. Buckle up, my friend. This is going to be a big-time second 20 minutes.
It feels like we're coming down to a big-time shot for one of these two teams to get to the Final Four. Either Arizona for the first time since 2001 or for Purdue for the second time in 3 years. This has been the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network Halftime Report, sponsored by Liberty Mutual. Liberty Mutual customizes your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Coming up on the other side, back to Ryan Radke, PJ Carlissimo for the second half. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
One of life's greatest mysteries has finally been solved.
Who let the dogs out? Spruce, spruce, spruce.
It's spruce, the weed and grass killer that's safe for use around people, pets, and bees when used as directed. Spray the leaves for visible results in just 1 hour and dead weeds in just 1 day. You spray, they play. Spruce, pet friendly, weed deadly. Find wherever weed killers are sold.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at carshield.com.
America, let me be very clear. If your car breaks down and your plan is to hope it won't cost too much, you're cooked. Done. Sayonara. Hope will not pay the bill. Hope ain't going to replace your transmission, and it isn't a defense I've ever heard of. That's why I ride with CarShield, America's most trusted auto protection. We're talking elite-level defense that saves you money when unexpected repairs happen. And you know I love a good defense. Get your free quote at carshield.com.
Westwood One presents great moments in tournament history.
April 7, 2003, New Orleans the site as Syracuse and Kansas clashed in the championship game. Led by freshman Carmelo Anthony and Jerry McNamara, the Orangemen jolted the Jayhawks early and opened up an 18-point first-half lead. But they couldn't KO Kansas, and Nick Collison and company rallied furiously down the stretch. With time winding down, KU had one last chance to complete the comeback.
Off the corner, inbound will come from Kansas, and Graves feeds Heinrich, a jump shot for the tie, arching up, and no good, and Syracuse has won. Syracuse refuses to lose, and they are the national champions of college basketball.
81-78 the final score, giving Jim Boeheim his first title in 27 years as coach of the Orangemen. With another great moment in NCAA tournament history, I'm Kevin Kugler.
Ryan Radke, PJ Carlissimo back in San Jose. Halftime, it's Purdue on top of Arizona 38-31. Let's check some of the stats. Sponsored by Barbasol Shaving Cream. Why pay more for gels when Barbasol delivers an instant thick lather for a close, comfortable shave? Choose Barbasol, a quality shave and trusted value. Well, Purdue shot 43% of the first half, 15 of 35, 7 of 14 from three-point range, just 1 of 2 at the free throw line. Individually, Braden Smith led the way, had 11 points, just 4 of 11 from the floor, but he was 3 of 6 from three-point range. Meanwhile, Arizona shot it at 41%, 11 of 27, just 1 of 6 from 3, 8 of 8 at the free throw line. Koa Pete led the way for the Wildcats. He had 10 points. But Purdue with this 7-point edge, PJ, we talked about the fact that they kind of out-hustled Arizona in that first half. What else stood out for you for the Boilermakers?
Well, field goal attempts. Purdue's attempted 35 shots already to only 27 for Arizona. That's because of the offensive rebounds. They're not necessarily getting stickbacks, but they're getting extra possessions. And I'm surprised the Purdue bench has outplayed the Arizona bench. It's 10-4. Really good job by Omer Meyer and Jakari Harris. And Daniel Jacobson, although he only has one block to show, he's got his hands on a couple of plays. He's been a factor inside. The Purdue bench has outplayed the Arizona bench.
All right, before we start the second half, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Time now for the start of the second half, sponsored by Indeed.com. When the pressure's on to hire right, then this is a job for sponsored jobs. Get matched with quality candidates on Indeed when you need them most. Visit Indeed.com/credits.
You know, the other thing that kind of jumps out at your partner, the All-American for Purdue, Braden Smith, you mentioned 3 for 6 and 3, but he's also got 4 boards, 3 assists, and a steal. He's playing like an All-American. Not piling on Jaden Bradley. It's more than him, but Jaden Bradley's the player of the year in the Big 12 Conference, right? He's 1 for 4, 4 points. He does have 4 assists, but their All-Americans got to step up.
Arizona in the home white uniforms, trimmed in red. Purdue in the road blacks, trimmed in gold. 20 minutes remain to see who will advance to Indianapolis in the Final Four. Already one team in the Final Four. Congratulations to Illinois. They beat Iowa earlier today. They are in. Purdue trying to put a second Big Ten team in the Final Four.
7 is a healthy lead, but Arizona's trailed 5 times at the half this year, and they won all 5 of those games. Still, they want to get back in this game. I don't think it's important that they necessarily do it in the first 4 minutes, but they better play with more energy than they played in the first half.
Arizona ball to start the second half, moving right to left. Here's Pete, handed off for Burris. Braden Burris dribbling left, gets inside the elbow, got the ball knocked away, gets it back, top to Jaden Bradley, 3 on the way, missed it wide right. Rivas has the rebound. Rivas takes a dribble, turns baseline, puts it up, that short. Cox is there for the Purdue rebound. Couple of pretty good looks for the Wildcats, unable to convert, and Purdue has it up by 7. Smith into the front court with a right-hand dribble, watched by Bradley out front. Smith surveys the scene. Kaufman-Renn out to set a screen. Smith dribbling off to the left. Bounce it back to Kaufman-Renn. Rolling down the right side of the lane. Got off balance. Put it up off the glass. Couldn't finish. And a foul on the rebound against Kaufman-Renn. And that's his 3rd. Bradley got the rebound. And then Kaufman-Renn reached in. So the 3rd foul against Trey Kaufman-Renn will immediately send him to the bench.
Yeah, he's got his head down. He looks, I think, more disappointed. He's probably upset with himself. I actually thought he traveled. They'd have been better off had they called the travel. He wouldn't have committed the foul on the rebound.
Well, that was a major story in the first half with Trey Kaufman-Renn picking up 2 quick fouls, and yet Purdue up 7 with Matt Painter having to manage his minutes.
Well, I'll tell you, he got really good production off Meyer and Jakari Harris and Daniel Jacobson.
Bradley driving right, gets inside, puts it up off the side of the glass, no good, but a foul. And Jaden Bradley is going to go to the free throw line to shoot 2. The foul will be against Braden Smith. He picks up his 2nd. So Jaden Bradley is trying to assert himself. He had a good look at a 3 that hit nothing but glass. That time he forced his way inside and drew a trip to the line.
Matt Painter's really upset. He's coming back, Greenstein. Who was it on? Michael, he's asking him, who was the foul on?
Bradley at the free throw line. He's 2 for 2 in this game, and the first is good. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlesimo here at our Grainger courtside seats in San Jose. When you need products in a pinch, Grainger offers same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders. Click Grainger.com or stop by for industrial-grade supplies for your business.
It's the 10th free throw attempt for Arizona, and they're perfect. 10 for 10. It hasn't been a factor yet. Purdue's only attempted 2. They keep raining down 3s. They can pass on the free throws.
38-33 Purdue. Boilermaker ball up 5. Smith over at the left hash mark. Gets a screen from Clough. Dribbles around to the right. Stops, finds Clough rolling down the left side. Right to the rim, and he laid it in. 7 for Oscar Clough. 40-33 Purdue. 18:50 to go.
Braden Smith waited till Clough got close to the rim before he threw him the ball for his 4th assist.
Here's Burry's left wing defender, fell down, shoots the 3, off the rim, no good. Rebound inside Clough, and Braden Smith is down. He's grabbing his right ankle. Smith was the one that fell down. I don't know if he got kicked or if his maybe stepped on someone's foot, but as he was trying to recover to Burry's, he went down in a heap. Burry's was wide open, missed the 3. Smith is up. He is limping on that right foot. Boy, he just twisted, PJ. He tried to make a quick change of direction.
Yeah, which is, you hate the non-contact ones. He rolled it over. He rolled his ankle over, the right ankle.
He's going to retie that shoe. What color would you call those shoes?
I was just going to say, you're going to describe that copper. It's copper color. It really isn't black or gold. It's copper colored.
Yeah, somewhere between a rose and a copper. Either way, he's staying in the game, and that's great news for Purdue. 40-33, Boilermakers with the ball up 7. Smith dribbling over on the left. Spins on Bradley, can't lose him. Now heads right up a Clough screen, gets to the right elbow. Jumper is up. That one bounces around and comes out. And Mo Kribas has the Arizona rebound. Off to Braden Burries. Wildcats with it down by 7. Burries into the front court, handed off Bradley. Bradley out front, double team by Clough. Reached in, knocked it away, but Bradley gets it back. Bradley probing the right side. Up top, Karchenkov, open 3. Around it off, no good. Clough and Kribas fighting for the rebound. Kribas had it, hit the deck. His head hit the floor. They're going to call a foul on Clough.
Oh, boy.
But now let's check on Mo Kribas.
He hit his backside first and then slammed his head. Justin Kokoski, the trainer, is waiting for the officials to call him out. This way they're not going to have to sub. I'll tell you what, we can hear it clearly. It's the basket to our left, closest basket to us. By the way, in all this little goings-on right now, that's 3 team fouls already on Purdue, partner.
Well, and I understand why the Purdue crowd and Matt Painter don't like the call. Clough was just kind of laying there, but it's the same thing as when a defender trips up a driver. When the feet get tangled up, it's going to be a foul on the defensive player. Inbound to Pete, left of the lane, puts it on the floor, dribbles into the paint, spins, fadeaway jumper over Jacobson is good. Koa Pete's got 12, and it's now a 40-35 Boilermaker lead.
Matt Painter's not happy. He's telling DJ Carstensen just that. He didn't have to call that.
Smith with it out high on the left.
In the old days, you could have just pointed and given them the ball back and not made a call.
Here's Clough with it above the right elbow. Dribbles up to the top of the key, trying to get it to Lawyers. Grabbed and held by Karchenkov. That'll be the second foul against Ivan Karchenkov. It'll be Purdue ball the far sideline next to their bench. 17:38 to go. Winner goes to the Final Four. Purdue trying to get there for the second time in 3 years. Arizona has not been since 2001. The Wildcats have lost 5 straight Elite 8 games. 4 of those 5 losses by 3 points or less, 2 of them in overtime. Smith with it off the inbound. Smith driving right on Bradley. Stops, goes between his legs, heads back to the left. Smith probing, bounce pass, Clough inside the right elbow. Lower to shoulder on Kribas. Puts it up over top and scored again. Oscar Clough with 9. 42-35 Purdue.
The Braden Smith, Oscar Clough pick and roll is working.
Pete into the paint, fade away from 10. That's good again. Same shot, same result for Koa Pete. 42-37 Purdue, 17:05 to go. Koa Pete with 14 coming off a 21-point game on Thursday night. Smith with it out high on the left side. Works off a Lawyer screen to the right. Bounce it back to Clough. Rolling down the lane to the bucket. This time, Kribas blocked the shot out of bounds. It'll stay with Purdue. Baseline left with 13 to shoot.
That time it was a staggered pick and roll. Clough still set the pick and roll, the second one, but it wasn't just one-on-one like the previous 2.
Lawyer will inbound baseline left. Cox cuts down the left side of the lane. Receives it on the baseline. Dribbles back out beyond the three-point arc. Up top to Braden Smith with 8 to shoot. Watched by Burries. Senior against freshman. Smith driving left. Gets inside the foul line. Fadeaway jumper off 1 foot. Air ball short. Pete the rebound for Arizona. Pete into the front court. Looking for space. Finds Burries. Left wing 3 in transition. Got it! Second 3 of the game for Braden Burries. And suddenly Arizona within 2. 42-40 Purdue. 16:23 to go.
Not that they're within 2. More importantly, they finally made a 3-point shot.
Here's Smith with it. Right elbow. Pump fakes. Bounce it down low. Jacobson gets around Pete inside. And he got fouled. Did the ball go in or go up through the net?
Up through, I believe.
Now, the officials are talking about it.
They may look at it, but it went up through the net. We'll get a look at it here on the replay from our friends at TBS.
It looks like they're saying 2 shots, and that is what Joe Lindsay just told the table. The ball went up through the net and then came back down through it. So the foul against Arizona, it's against Kribas. It's his first. Daniel Jacobson will go to the free throw line, 64% free throw shooter. And the 7'4" sophomore back rims the first. Introducing Rumble Shorts, short vertical videos and a swipeable feed, giving you a fast, engaging way to discover content and new creators. Just swipe and watch Rumble Shorts.
Arizona missed their first 3 3-pointers of the second half, Ryan. And then finally got that one to go by Burries.
Jacobson's second free throw, no good. Karchenkov the rebound, and a chance for Arizona to tie or take the lead. Burries will hand it off for Jaden Bradley. Bradley with it well above the hash mark, high on the right side, surveys the scene with a left-hand dribble. Waves Burries off. Bradley driving. Bradley down the right side. Gets in, lays it up, and in! We're tied! Jaden Bradley knocks it up. It's 42 apiece.
Jaden Bradley encouraging the Arizona fans to make more noise. They don't need a lot of encouragement.
7-0 Wildcat run. Smith with it out between the circles and the March Madness logo. So loud in here, Purdue is having trouble hearing the play call. Shot clock down to 9. Smith still out near midcourt. Clough out to set the screen. Smith dribbling right. He'll shoot the three from the slot. Off the front of the rim, no. Clough the offensive rebound. Pump fake Krivas. Lays it up. No, but a foul. And Clough will go to the line. Oscar Clough has been terrific inside for Purdue.
I didn't think Arizona needed to necessarily tie it up, but they couldn't be happier with the first 4.5 minutes. A, they made a three-point shot. B, they've tied it up. C, and maybe most importantly, the third foul on Trey Kaufman-Renn.
Second foul against Mo Krivas. It'll be free throws for Oscar Clough when we return. 15:21 to go in San Jose. We're tied at 42 from the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network. This is the men's basketball tournament.
Before I was adopted, I felt alone.
I felt nervous that I wouldn't have a family.
I was getting older and older. I didn't think I was going to get adopted.
With help from the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, Lexi, Connor, and LaShawna now have a forever family and the foundation for a bright future.
When I was adopted, it was like, wow, I get to settle, and this is permanent.
After I was adopted, I felt happy.
Adoption changed me for the better. I feel like I can be whoever I want to be.
Every child deserves a safe, loving, and permanent home. Help the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption find forever families for children who have been lingering in foster care the longest. Learn more at davethomasfoundation.org.
Audubon began with birds. Birds so beautiful that they were hunted to near extinction. But as birds disappeared from nature, people rallied to save them. Working together, they helped birds rebound. Eagles and puffins, pelicans and condors all bounced back to once again thrive in the wild. Today, Audubon is an ever-growing force for conservation, and birds continue to be symbols of our planet's health, sentinels that alert us to change and spur us to action. Across continents and generations, the people that Audubon brings together are creating a safer climate, cleaner waters, and more vibrant lands. Because we know that what's good for birds is good for us all. For more than 120 years, Audubon has recognized the power of birds to unite and inspire, and the power of people to do extraordinary things. Visit audubon.org to learn more and to join us.
If you can't catch our tournament broadcasts on radio, you can also stream free at westwood1sports.com or listen on any Alexa-enabled device. Simply ask to open Westwood One Sports. We're also free on the Varsity Network app, the NCAA March Madness Live app, and our own Westwood One Sports app. 15:21 to go. 7-0 run for Arizona. They've tied the game at 42. Purdue will be going to the free throw line. Oscar Clough with a couple of free throws after the foul on Mo Krivas. Oscar Clough has been terrific in this game for Purdue.
Yeah, he's been aggressive. He's taken the ball to Mo Krivas. Early on, he looked like he was struggling to shoot over Mo. And then for whatever reason, he just changed and got a lot more aggressive. He's also got 6 boards and an assist. Great addition, partner, this year, picking up Oscar Clough. Just what Purdue needed.
Clough 1 for 2, now 2 for 3 on free throws in the game as he makes the first. 70% on the year. Clough ready. Free throw on the way, and no good. Front of the rim, Brayton Burries the rebound. 43-42 Purdue, 15:15 to go. Bradley across the top line with a left-hand dribble for Arizona. Surveys the scene, looks over to his left, now drives over to his right, stops above the elbow. Up top it goes to Koa P. Pete dribbling over on the right side, has Clough on it. Pete to the free throw line. Jumper is up. That one rims out, no good, and there's Clough for his 7th rebound of the game. Hand it off to Braden Smith. He'll bring it up the right side of the floor. Purdue with the ball up by 1. Smith dribbling left, gets inside the free throw line, makes the kick. Left corner, Jakari Harris 3. Too strong, heel of the rim. Rebound to Krivas for Arizona.
Ray Kaufman-Renn back on the floor for the Boilermakers.
Murray's with it up the right side. Kaufman-Renn with 3 fouls. Bradley with it out front. Bradley driving right. Bradley, little push-off, leaned in, got contact on Harris, almost finished off the glass. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's the second time Jaden Bradley has pump fake, got his defender in the air, and earned himself a trip to the stripe.
And he's been night and day more aggressive partner in the second half, playing like, stepping up like the All-American that he is.
With TaxSlayer Simply Free, there's no cost to file, no surprise upgrades. Get 100% accuracy and your max refund guaranteed. See if you qualify. It was nice of him to listen to you at halftime as you asked for more aggression from the Big 12 Player of the Year.
He has had a magnificent year, and he was, by his standards, relatively quiet in the first half.
Bradley makes the first free throw. 5 for 5 in the line of the game for Jaden Bradley. 80% on the year. Tobe Awaka in. Mo Krivas will sit. One more free throw here for Bradley, trying to give Arizona the lead. The Wildcats have not led since it was 27-25 with 4:26 to go in the first half. Bradley bends his knees. Free throw is up and good. So Bradley into double figures with 10. And Arizona back in front, 44-43.
No coincidence there.
Smith across the timeline. Lawyer runs off an Iverson cut to the left. They can't get it to him. Now Smith heads over on the right. Bounce pass. Kaufman-Renn at the free throw line. Faced up. Throws it back out to Smith. High on the right. Still 13 to shoot. Smith dribbling over on the left. Back to Kaufman-Renn. Right elbow. Push shot with the right hand. Around and out. No. Murray snatches down the one-handed rebound for Arizona. Racing across the timeline. Forecourt right. Pitch it back to Pete. Pete spinning. Pump fake. Leans in. Puts it up. No call inside. Couldn't finish. Grabs the rebound. Puts it up. No, but a foul. And Pete will go to the free throw line. Boy, Koa Pete that time. He just would not be denied. Missed the first one, got the second one. He'll shoot 2.
Good no call by the officials because Koa Pete initiated all the contact on the first shot, but he stayed with it and came up with the offensive rebound.
Foul against Lawyer, that's his second. Pete at the free throw line. 2 for 2 in the ball game is Koa Pete, and he misses the first. That's the first missed free throw of the game for Arizona. They had been 12 for 12. Be a VIP at the men's Final Four in Indianapolis with the NCAA Experience, official ticket and hospitality packages. Hospitality includes live entertainment, upscale food stations and beverages, appearances by NCAA legends, and much more. Visit ncaa.com/VIP. Second free throw, no good. He missed them both.
Tobe Awaka and Koa Pete, that might be the best way to play them because when they get the ball, they score unless you foul them.
Boilermaker ball in the front court looking for the lead. Smith looking to Lawyer on his right, goes high left to Harris instead. Off the Kaufman-Renn at the left wing, puts it on the deck with the right hand, dribbles up to the top of the key, hands it off to Lawyer. Lawyer dribbling left. Lawyer jump stop on the box, turn, pump fake, leans in, Awaka knocked it away. Into the hands of Kaufman-Renn, out to Harris, left wing, pump fake, Murray's deep 3 is up, short. Karchenkov the rebound.
Much better defense this half so far by Arizona.
Bradley into the front court, wants a screen from Awaka and gets it. Dribbles around it to the left, Clough jumps out of the help. Bradley now heads right, Bradley down the lane, pump fake again. Top Karchenkov rolls down the right side. Karchenkov to the bucket, lays it up and in. Quick release by Ivan Karchenkov. First bucket of the half for him, 46-43 Arizona.
Nice screen inside by Jaden Bradley, just opened up the path.
Smith with it. Working against Bradley out front. Clough sets the screen. Smith dribbling left. Now heads back to his right. Braden Smith bounce it to Clough. Down the lane. Out to Kaufman-Renn. Top to Smith. Dribbling left. Bounce it back to Kaufman-Renn. Down the right side of the lane. He got tied up by Burries and a foul. They're going to call the contact on the floor. And that's going to go against Awaka. Tobe Awaka picks up his second.
Braden Smith is repeatedly calling up players to set the screen. A lot of middle and high pick and rolls for Purdue.
Fletcher Lawyer will inbound baseline right. Awaka guards the inbound. Lawyer looking, lobs it into the paint. Caught by Kaufman-Renn at the free throw line. Bounce it right back inside the Lawyer who lays it in. What a delivery by Trey Kaufman-Renn.
That's a veteran play right there. 2 guys that have played with each other a long time.
46-45 Arizona. Burries with it out between the circles. Murray's tossed it to Karchenkov, high on the left. Karchenkov driving left, gets around Lawyer to the basket, took some contact and earns the foul. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Harris came on the help. He'll get called for the foul. It's the third against Sha'Carri Harris, who came down hard, I think, on his elbow, and he is still down on the baseline.
Well, Karchenkov is incredible the way he seeks contact and goes to the rim. Sometimes you almost have to just get out of his way and make him finish the shot, because once he creates the contact, he's going to end up on the free throw line.
Sha'Carri Harris is up on his feet. He's doubled over. Michael Greenstein, the official, checking with him. He's going to be able to stay in the game. And Karchenkov will go to the free throw line. That is the 16th foul against Purdue. So it'll be free throws now the rest of the way for Arizona. Mentioned they had been perfect until Koa Pete missed those two a second ago. They're 12 of 14. Karchenkov has not been in the line in the game. 72% on the year, and his first is good. Let's check the attendance, sponsored by Redfin. Find listings you won't get anywhere else on redfin.com. Own the dream. 14,217 here in San Jose. It's a very partisan Arizona crowd. Hoping to see the Wildcats get to the Final Four for the first time since 2001.
Unless you think it's an accident that Arizona is living at the free throw line. This will be their 16th attempt right now from Ivan.
And it's good.
They're number one in the country in free throw attempts, number two in free throw makes. It's what they do well.
Single season school records in both. 48-45 Arizona after Karchenkov made a both. Here's Smith with it on the right side. Smith throws a lob into Jacobson, and Krivas reached in, took it away. Bradley's got it for the Wildcats. Racing down the right side. Leave it on the wing. Del Orso three. Got it. Anthony Del Orso with a three. Timeout Purdue. 12:06 to go in San Jose, and Arizona is back up 6. 51-45 Wildcats on the triple by Del Orso.
Partner, that's one of those textbook threes. Arizona doesn't shoot a lot of them, but when they create a turnover and when they can get up the floor quickly, if they can get Burries or Del Orso a three, those are the daggers that really hurt.
6-point lead for Arizona with 12:06 to go. You are listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
O'Reilly. Protect your vehicle's engine with Syntec and O'Reilly Auto Parts. Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil is formulated for today's engines. Right now, get 5 quarts of Syntec Full Synthetic and a MicroGuard Select Oil Filter for just $32.99. Limit supply. See store for details. Choose Syntec exclusively at O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Your business has big goals, and the right hire can make or break. When time is tight and the pressure's on, this is a job for Indeed Sponsored Jobs. With Indeed Sponsored Jobs, your posting gets seen by quality candidates who actually match what you're looking for. No guessing, just the right people, faster. Plus, you only pay for results. Don't leave hiring to chance. Hire smarter with Indeed Sponsored Jobs. Visit Indeed.com/credit. That's Indeed.com/credit.
Confidence is knowing you're ready to handle whatever comes your way. That's what it feels like to take on your workday with Cintas. They make sure your AEDs are up to date, your fire extinguishers are tested and inspected, your floor mats are cleaned and delivered, and your workwear looks good, feels good, and is freshly laundered with a Cintas Apparel Plus program. So are you ready to take on today? Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the workday.
At Liberty Mutual, we love helping people with things like customizing car insurance, just like how we customize a song for you. Catered country tune. Liberty Mutual, saving you bucks by protecting your truck. 'Cause Birdie told me to only pay for what I need. Thank you, Limu. Always trust in Limu with Liberty, 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 Liberty.
Download the official NCAA March Madness Live app, and you can listen to every Westwood One broadcast of the men's and women's basketball tournament for free. Just look for the headphones icon on any live game. And if you're in the car, it seamlessly integrates with Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Get the official NCAA March Madness Live app today. 12:06 to go in San Jose. Arizona 51, Purdue 45. 20-7 Arizona coming out of the half. What's changed for the Wildcats?
Their energy, they're defending so much better. Their defense down there is night and day better. They're getting stops. That's getting them some looks in transition. And the really big difference, partner, is the three-point line. After missing their first three, Arizona's made back-to-back threes. Purdue, meanwhile, has missed all three of their attempts.
Purdue, one of its last 7 from the floor. It's Boilermaker ball out of the timeout. Kaufman-Renn with it high on the left, puts it on the floor, driving right, turns, got off balance, makes the pass, right corner, Harris, pump fake the three, dribbled it off his foot, into the hands of Lawyer out high on the left. Top to Kaufman-Renn, drives down the left side, spinning right in the paint, got fouled, puts it up, and in! They're going to wave it off! They're going to say the contact was on the floor. Kaufman-Renn can't believe it, Matt Painter can't believe it. Joe Lindsay made the call. Wow.
That's a new point of emphasis this year. I'm going to see.
That's a missed call.
No, that's a missed call for sure. Once you've stopped your dribble, you're allowed another step. And if the contact occurs, it's continuation. The basket should be good and an and one opportunity.
Timeout with 11:46 remaining. Arizona 51, Purdue 45. Free throws for Trey Kaufman-Renn when we return. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. No hassles, just help. Everything you need, nothing you don't.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Marketers, you know that feeling. An advertising investment seemed on point but didn't drive any revenue. And now your CFO wants answers. LinkedIn calls that bull spend. Invest in what looks good to your CFO. LinkedIn ads generates the highest ROAS of all major ad networks. So cut the bull spend and advertise on LinkedIn. Spend $250 on your first LinkedIn ads campaign and get a $250 credit. Visit linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms and conditions apply.
Class, today we're talking March Madness. Open your textbooks. Join thousands of other streaming fans for an in-person experience you have to see to believe. NCAA March Madness. Attendance is encouraged. Passion is mandatory. Buy your men's basketball seats today at ncaa.com/MBB tickets.
Professor, this year my bracket is going to be perfect.
Right.
In the court, every possession counts. In business, it's every lead. But too many businesses are still guessing what's making the phone ring and what's a waste of money. CallRail turns that guesswork into a winning game plan by showing you exactly what marketing drove every call, text, and form fill. CallRail's AI assistant can even answer calls 24/7, book appointments, and keep leads from calling the competition so you never miss your shot. That's why over 225,000 businesses trust CallRail. Stop guessing and start winning. Try it free at callrail.com.
You can stream every Westwood One basketball game for free, sponsored by LinkedIn Ads. Reach your buyers with LinkedIn Ads. Spend $250 and get a $250 credit for your next campaign. Visit linkedin.com/college basketball. Terms apply. For a live stream, go to westwoodonesports.com or download the Westwood One Sports app today. All right, just to clean up what happened before the timeout, what we believe was called is that Trey Kaufman-Renn got bumped by Tobe Awaka before he made his spin to the basket. We believe that's where Joe Lindsay had the foul, because the later contact, 1 came from Jaden Bradley, and 2 was absolutely in the upward shooting motion. So we believe the foul was called out of the elbow. It's the third against Awaka, and Purdue will inbound baseline left.
You want to go over and explain that to Matt Painter?
I'm good right here, thanks. Lawyer will inbound to Kaufman-Renn left of the lane. He's got Bradley on him. Kaufman-Renn faces up, spins baseline, puts it up over Krivas, can't finish inside. Clough, another offensive rebound. Purdue's got it back. Clough backing his way to the paint. Bounce pass over to Kaufman-Renn. Right block for the two-handed slam.
Krivas did a really good job. Didn't get a block, but he caused the miss initially. But Arizona did a poor job matching up, and they were playing all by themselves underneath. I don't know why it took so long to get matched up. Cole Pete was out on top.
Arizona ball up by 4. Bradley with a dribble out front. Bradley jumps the pass to Krivas above the right elbow. Takes the dribble, lets Karchenkov clear through. Now out to Karchenkov, driving left, down the lane, got hammered. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot two. Couldn't see if that was Lawyer or Smith that jumped over on the help that whacked Ivan Karchenkov. It was Lawyer. So that'll be his third, and Ivan Karchenkov back to the free throw line. Just making sure that everybody understands why P.J. Carlesimo calls him the bowling ball.
I'll tell you what, he is amazing. Here comes, I'm going to call Meyer the Israeli bowling ball also when he comes in.
He's at the table to check in. Karchenkov's first free throw is good. Ryan Radke, P.J. Carlesimo, you're at our Grainger courtside seats in San Jose. Keep your team moving forward with Grainger. With over 1 million industrial-grade products, Grainger can help your business get a leg up. Call clickgrainger.com or just stop by. So Lawyer will sit with the 3 fouls. Meyer is back in. One more free throw for Karchenkov. It is good. He's 4 for 4 at the line of the game. 12 points for him. 53-47 Arizona. 11-10 to go.
That free throw disparity is growing, partner.
16 of 18 for Arizona. 2 of 6 for Purdue. Smith bounces it over to Kaufman-Renn. Left of the lane. Faces up Krivas. Dribbles into the paint. Fakes the spin to the baseline and traveled.
No complaint from the Purdue bench.
Yeah.
Switch pivot feet.
And I was going to say, Trey Kaufman-Renn's probably gotten away with 2 or 3 travels in this game. They got that one.
Well, I tell you what, Mo Krivas is enormous to try and shoot over, even for a big, strong guy like Trey Kaufman-Renn.
8th Purdue turnover of the game. Krivas up top, Karchenkov driving right, stops above the elbow, up top to Pete. Pete down the lane, gets some contact, puts it up. No, followed his own shot, banked it in. 16 for Koa Pete. 55-47, Arizona has its largest lead.
Second time the contact caused the miss, but Koa Pete got the rebound.
And now we've got a whistle and a foul out on the perimeter. This is going to be against Jaden Bradley, who was battling for space and grabbed the man that he was guarding. So it's the second foul against Jaden Bradley.
Hate to say this, partner. Look at the team fouls. 7 and 6. We're looking at free throws the rest of the game. Unfortunately, 10 minutes and 28 seconds.
Inbound to Braden Smith. Over on the left sideline, brings the dribble back out front. Kaufman-Renn sets a screen. Smith to the left, rises for a wing 3. That's short. Rebound tip and saved in bounds by Del Orso. Braden Smith got off to a hot start shooting. He has really cooled off. He's now 4 of 15 from the floor. Pete dribbles over on the right side, crossing left, stop of the foul line, lob it into Krivas, right block. Pump fake out to Del Orso, right wing 3, rainbowed up, front of the rim, no good. And Jakari Harris has the Purdue rebound.
That's a big miss because Krivas could have shot it himself. He got Del Orso a really good look.
Harris weaving into the paint, little push up with the right hand, rimmed it in. And Jakari Harris has really given Purdue some good minutes. He's got 8, 55-49 Arizona.
Good point, partner.
Pete with it out front, dribbles left, spins right, up top to Bradley, fake the pass to his right, backs up the dribble now. Here comes Krivas to set a screen. Bradley dribbling to the right. Bradley stop inside the elbow, 2 pump fakes, step through, scoops it up with the left, and in! Off the glass! Jaden Bradley's got 12. 57-49, Arizona, 9:20 to go.
The opposite of what happened in the first half. Braden Smith got the better of Bradley in the first half. So far, it's the other way in the second.
Here's Meyer with it. High on the left side, dribbling right. Got grabbed by Karchenkov, no call. Fade away from the right elbow, off the rim, no good. Koa Pete, flat-footed rebound underneath for Arizona. Off it goes to Del Orso. Wildcats looking to stretch the lead to double figures. They've outscored Purdue 26-11 in the second half.
They actually slowed it down to run a half-court set.
Bradley driving right, gets around the defense, got it poked away by Harris from behind and out of bounds. It'll be Arizona ball baseline right. Brayton Burry's back in for Arizona. C.J. Cox returns for Purdue. Bradley will inbound. Takes the basketball, lobs it into Pete. Pete spins left, gets around Clough into the lane, lays it up. Clough recovered and blocked the shot. Pete grabs it back and laid it in.
Third time, same thing has happened. Koa Pete misses, gets his own miss, rebound, and scores.
From down 7 to up 10, Arizona leads 59-49. Smith dribbling right, off the elbow, backs up top it goes to Cox. Bounce it over to Clough, handed back Smith, dribbling over on the left wing. He's got Pete on the switch. Smith checks the clock, it shows 8 to shoot. Smith out front, yo-yos the dribble, heads right, got bumped and fouled by Pete. Well, Brayton Smith draws the foul, that'll be a 1-and-1. Second foul against Koa Pete, and a smart move by the veteran point guard, PJ, recognizing the mismatch, just made sure he got contact to get himself to the line.
And he also realized he'd missed his first 4 shots of the second half. From the perimeter, I'm going to take it to the rim, see if I can manufacture something. Braden Smith did just that.
Trey Kaufman-Renn will sit. Jack Benter is in. Smith will go to the free throw line, 82% free throw shooter this season. He has not been to the free throw line of the game. That's 16 points, 2 rebounds, 5 assists here in the win against Texas on Thursday night. 13 straight tournament game with at least 5 assists. That's the longest streak all time. They passed the great Sherman Douglas as he splashes in the first free throw.
I don't see him limping at all. We said when he rolled that ankle earlier, it's not noticeable if it is in fact affecting him.
First point of the second half for Braden Smith, and now picks up his second as he knocks down that free throw. 13 points in the game, 59-51 Arizona, 8:18 to go. Bradley across the timeline, high on the left. Karchenkov out to set a screen. Bradley will give it up to Pete. Pete dribbling left, stops, finds Karchenkov, left wing, takes the 3. Off the rim, no good. Fight for the rebound underneath. Burries trying to save it off Smith, but Burries was out of bounds. Good job by Braden Smith getting his body into Braden Burries, and he earns Purdue the possession.
Well, Arizona doing a much better job from the perimeter in the second half, but they missed 2 big ones. That Anthony Del Orso 3 and the Karchenkov 3 just now were really big shots in terms of opening this game up.
Tobe Awaka back in for Mo Krivas. 8:03 to go in the game. Purdue ball down by 8. Boilermakers down to 39% shooting in the game. They're just 5 of 16 here in the second half.
Well, Arizona's defense is night and day better than it was in the first half.
Smith out front against Burries, dribbles over to the right wing. Smith, the hesitation move, gets down to the baseline, bounces the club in the paint, got Awaka in the air and a foul. And that's going to be the 4th against Tobe Awaka. So Oscar Clubb continues to produce. Awaka with his 4th, and free throws coming up when we return.
Oscar Clubb likes it a lot when Mo Krivas is on the bench. At least he's as big or bigger than Koa Pete and Tobe Awaka.
7:49 remaining in San Jose. Arizona 59, Purdue 51. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
Hey, it's Josh Arnold from the Bob and Tom Show. You know, it's March, which means the tournament is officially here. The arenas are packed, and my bracket, well, it's busted. But it's also where underdogs rise, and every second counts. Rougiette knows that applies off the court, too. If things aren't working in the bedroom, you don't have to accept it. Rougiette Ready combines 3 ingredients in 1 minty dose that dissolves under your tongue, so you're ready physically and mentally, with effects lasting up to 36 hours. Getting started is simple. Rougiette connects you with a doctor online who can decide if a prescription is right for you. Then the treatment ships discreetly to your door. Rougiette, performance medicine for men. Head to rougiette.com/gameon and get 15% off your ED treatment. That's RUGIET.com/gameon for 15% off. Individual results may vary. Prescription required. Telehealth is not intended to replace medical care. Please consult with your doctor. Restrictions apply. Visit RUGIET.com to learn more.
Need parts fast? Need them now? O'Reilly is fast. Just one part that makes O'Reilly Auto Parts stand apart. Right now at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts, you can get 1 free set of brake pads when you buy 2 qualifying brake rotors. Ask the professional parts people about additional brake pad and rotor upgrade options available at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Jason Horwitz, Nick Bob, back with you here in our Westwood One studios. 7:49 to the Final Four, and Arizona leading Purdue by 8 and down 7 at the half. This has been some kind of response by the Wildcats here.
Yeah, we wondered all night what would happen if Arizona would face some game pressure. They've led, have not trailed the entire NCAA tournament up until this point, and oh my word, this start to this second half has been amazing. They have really clamped down defensively. They have just been relentless at getting into the paint and drawing fouls and owning the glass. And Jaden Bradley, I think, has set the tone as well. What a response from the Wildcats. It'll be interesting now to see what Purdue's got left in the tank if they can keep Arizona out of the lane.
7 of 14 from 3 in the first half for Purdue, 0 of 4 from 3 in the second half, and Braden Smith has not hit a shot. in this second half. It's time to check back in with the guys in San Jose, sponsored by Five Guys. Nervous about your tournament picks? Don't sweat it. Five Guys has consolation fries no matter the outcome, hand-cut, perfectly salted. They'll make you a winner again. Ryan Radke, PJ Carlissimo, they are very big winners. Back to you guys.
Oscar Clough at the free throw line. First one for Clough is on the way and good. So the 11th point of the game for Oscar Clough. One more free throw coming for him. Tobe Awaka picked up his 4th foul. He's back on the bench. Mo Krivas returns for Arizona. And the second free throw for Clough is up and good. So 12 for Oscar Clough. And Purdue back within 6. 59-53. Still 7:47 to go in this game.
You made the point.
Bradley over to Karchenkov, bounces down to Pete, left block, spins around Benzer, lays it up and out, no good. Krivas grabs the offensive rebound, finds Burries, right corner 3 is up and in! Braden Burries with his 3rd 3 of the game. 62-53, Arizona back up 9.
Krivas offensive rebound and the assist.
Smith dribbling over on the left, has a screen from Clough. Smith looking, heads left, veers to the right. Smith out to the wing, now down to the block, leans in, through to Clough and threw it away. Picked up by Burries, 3-on-1 the other way, bounce to Karchenkov to the bucket, lays it up and in. 64-53, Arizona. And a timeout taken by Matt Painter and Purdue with 7 minutes to go. Arizona's lead is ballooned to 11.
You heard Jason Horowitz and Nick Bass say, let's see what Purdue has left in the tank. They are on thin ice right now, partner.
7 minutes remaining. Arizona 64, Purdue 53. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
When you're chasing a championship, every step matters. Getting to the top takes focus, discipline, commitment. What you put first defines you. At Werner, they put safety above all. From ladders and climbing equipment to proven fall protection, everything they build meets a higher standard. No shortcuts, no compromises. Because what you stand on should match what you stand for. Werner, the official ladder of NCAA March Madness.
7 minutes remaining in San Jose. Arizona 64, Purdue 53. Matt Painter taking a timeout, trying to stem the tide here. But right now, PJ, Purdue is in the situation Arkansas was in the other night. You can't trade buckets. You got to start getting stops.
Exactly, and he's got his starters back on the floor. Lawyer and Trey Kaufman-Renn back in, the 5 Purdue starters on the floor.
Smith to Kaufman-Renn above the right elbow. Puts it on the floor with the left hand, handed off Lawyer, top of the key. Smith hit the deck again. Lawyer's going to shoot top of the key 3. Around it out, no good. Burries is there for the Arizona rebound. Yanks it away from the hands of C.J. Cox inside. Here come the Wildcats up 11.
0 for 5 from the three-point line in the second half, Purdue.
Bradley dribbles over on the right, waves Karchenkov off the wing. Burries pops out. Bradley looking right, looking left, gets a screen from Krivas. Bradley driving left, gets around Cox, throws a lob inside to Krivas, makes the catch, pump fake, puts it up, foul. They'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Mo Krivas really didn't have anywhere to go. He was kind of behind the backboard, but Jaden Bradley knew if he just threw it up high, Krivas would catch it and manufacture something, and he did just that.
Foul against Fletcher Lawyer, his 4th. You can hear every remaining moment of the NCAA men's and women's tournament on Alexa. Just ask your device to open Westwood One Sports. You'll be able to listen to all the action wherever you are. That's open Westwood One Sports to listen on Alexa. Krivas at the free throw line, 2 for 2 in the game. He has not scored in the second half. His first free throw rattles down. Krivas had 14 here on Thursday night against Arkansas. Just the second time in the last 6 games he hit double figures in scoring, but he continues to be a defensive presence.
And 9 boards, including 3 offensive boards and 2 assists.
Second free throw is good, so that's 6 for Mo Krivas. Arizona now as a team is 18 of 20 at the line.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, finishing up Mo Krivas, he kicked it out 2 other times. If his teammates had made threes, he'd have 2 more assists.
66-53 Arizona. 6:10 to go. Lawyer with it, top of the key. Karchenkov hit the deck, bounced it over to Kaufman-Renn. Jump hook right to the lane is short. Krivas taps the rebound. Volleyball around inside. It hit the underside of the backboard, and it was last touched by Arizona.
Any other team, Trey Kaufman-Renn takes that in and finishes on the baseline. He just saw Krivas there and tried to manufacture the shot over the big guy. Very difficult to do.
Purdue does maintain possession. The Boilermakers will inbound baseline left. 20 on the shot clock, 6:04 on the game clock. This is Arizona's largest lead of the game. They're up by 13. Inbound to Kaufman-Renn, left of the lane. Kaufman-Renn puts it on the deck, dribbles right to the free throw line. Up top to Cox, dribbling left, stop and pop a 15-footer, and it rims in. There's a whistle. And what is the call?
He just stopped it because the ball was rolling at the free throw line.
So the bucket for C.J. Cox. He's got 7. 66-55 Arizona, 5:50 to go.
Time for Arizona to execute on the offensive end.
Bradley with it over at the right hash mark. Dribbles left off a Krivas screen. Backs up beyond the arc. Finds Karchenkov on the left. Dribbles down to the left baseline. Double team. Bounce pass. Inside. Pete is there for the two-hand slam. It went to Krivas first. Then down low to Pete.
That qualifies as execution right there.
68-55 Arizona. What terrific ball movement by the Wildcats. Here's Cox. Up top. Get it to Club. Back to Cox. Dribbling right. And an offensive foul. That's going to go against Club. An illegal screen. It's his 3rd. And Matt Painter can't believe it.
It's another one of those plays where, unfortunately, Clough is so big. He's got his arms up, and he's bigger than the defender, so the contact occurs above the shoulder. It looks worse than it is.
Karchenkov with a handoff for Bradley out front. Bradley looking, waving Karchenkov off the perimeter. Bradley dribbling left. Bradley now to the right, goes behind his back left, inside the foul line. Fadeaway 14-footer is short. Rebound to Lawyer off the floor for Purdue.
Too much one-on-one. Excuse me, partner.
Up the left side, it goes to Braden Smith. Smith bounce pass to Kaufman-Renn, rolling down the left side, reverse with the right hand, no good. Braden buries the Arizona rebound. Buries into the front court. Buries weaves out of the right wing with no advantage. He'll wait for his teammates and get things set up. 4:35 to go. Arizona 68, Purdue 55. The Wildcats are plus 20 in the second half. Buries with it, dribbling left, inside the elbow, rising for a 13-footer, too strong off the rim. Rebound loose underneath. We've got a held ball or a foul. I think it's going to be a foul against Mo Krivas.
Wow.
So that'll be the 3rd against Krivas, and that'll be free throws at the other end for Oscar Clough. I thought it was going to be a tie-up.
I did too.
But DJ Carstensen apparently saw contact and calls the foul on Krivas.
Oh, Krivas makes such a difference. That last possession when Trey Kaufman-Renn went in, there was just nowhere for him to get the shot up. Mo Krivas doesn't have a lot of blocks tonight, but he has really altered a number of shots inside.
So Clough will go to the free throw line. 4 for 6 in the game. This is a 1-and-1. Free throw is up and good. That was the 19th foul against Arizona, so it'll be 2 free throws the rest of the way for both teams. Each team with 9 team fouls now. 1 more free throw for Clough. 4:24 to go. Does Purdue have a final push in them? Second free throw on the way. Rattles and drops.
Well, the last 2 of the last 3 possessions, Arizona did not move the ball well. The other time it was textbook, and it ended up with the Koa Pete dunk.
68-57 Arizona. Here's Bradley with it high on the left. Up top it goes to Buries. Buries jumps it past to Pete, top of the key. Pete dribbling left, puts a shoulder down to the block, puts it up. Kaufman-Renn swats it off the glass. Picked up by Smith. Boilermakers running into the front court, bouncing right side. Cox, swing 3 is up. That's too strong off the rim. Fight for the rebound, and Clough runs it down in front of the Purdue bench. Off to Kaufman-Renn, dribbling into the paint. Shovel it out, Lawyer. Lawyer makes the pass to Smith. Drives the left baseline. Cut off there, back to Lawyer in the corner. Quick 3 is up, rattles and comes out, no good. And Krivas has the rebound. That was halfway down and out for Fletcher Lawyer.
Oscar Clough's offensive rebound gives him a double-double for the night, 14 and 10 so far.
All the shots we've seen rim in the last couple of days. How in the world did that pop out? Here's Buries dribbling right. Buries big step down the lane. Got hit going up. He'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. So Braden Buries will be at the foul line. The free throws will come after this timeout. With 3:28 remaining at San Jose, Arizona 68, Purdue 57. You're listening to the men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network.
The way we watch video is changing. Shorter, faster, always moving. Introducing Rumble Shorts. Rumble's home for short-form video. A swipeable feed of short vertical videos designed to keep discovery moving. Watch, swipe, discover new creators. Follow the voices you care about. Support them directly with tips through Rumble Wallet. Short-form video the way audiences expect it, while staying true to Rumble's vision of free speech. Rumble Shorts. Discover more. Support creators. Keep the conversation open.
It's tax time, y'all. If you want to file free, this next one's for you.
Now taxes is so free. Tax-free edition only. Roughly 37% of filings qualify. Simple form 1040 returns only. Now this is tax.
Love that jam. Up next, commercial.
And to get TurboTax free edition, see if you qualify at turbotax.com/free. No schedules except for earned income tax credit, child tax credit, student loan interest, and Schedule 1A.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
Trust is earned. That's why I've stuck with Straight Talk. Same price since 2009 on Verizon's 5G network. Cause shoot, anyone can make a promise. Keeping it for years, that means something.
Now plans starting at $25 a month with 4 lines. Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Same price claim applies only to the base monthly price of our $45 plan from October 2009 to present.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network, your home for the national championships. Tonight's broadcast of the NCAA men's basketball tournament on the Westwood One NCAA Radio Network is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. 3:28 to go. Arizona 68, Purdue 57. The foul was against Trey Kaufman-Renn, his 4th. So Braden Burries will go to the free throw line, 80% free throw shooter this year. This will be his first trip to the line tonight. Looking to be the 4th Wildcat in double figures. And his first free throw is good and gives him his 10th point. So Koa-Pete with 20. Ivan Karchenkov with 14. Jaden Bradley with 12. And now Braden Burries at 10, looking for 11, and he's got it. Makes the second free throw. Arizona continues to dominate at the line. 20 of 22. They lead by 13. Smith out to Lawyer on the left. Lawyer guarded by Karchenkov. Lawyer dribbles off a Kaufman-Renn screen, dribbled it off his foot into the backcourt. Burries diving, has the ball. Finds Karchenkov to the rim to lay it in. And that may be an exclamation point. 72-57 Arizona, 3:05 to go. Here's Smith driving right, hooks it past the Kaufman-Renn in the paint. Floater is up and rims in for 2.
That play, partner, was just the opposite of what you described in the first half when you said that every loose ball seemed to be going for Purdue in the first half. It's been the opposite in the second half.
But great point. I mean, Braden Burries just shot out of a cannon, diving on that ball and then getting it to Karchenkov. 72-59 Arizona, 2:49 to go. Wildcats looking for their first trip to the Final Four since 2001. Bradley out between the circles, gets it to Karchenkov. Dribbling left, looking for space, down to the baseline, cut off there. Picks up his dribble. Karchenkov will lob it up the board to Jaden Bradley in front of us. Shot clock at 5. Bradley dribbling over on the right. Bradley, stop of the elbow, jumper all the way. Got it! Rattles it down for 2. 74-59 Arizona.
There was nothing there. The All-American created something.
Braden Smith with it. Bounce it over to Kaufman-Renn. Left elbow push shot is up. That bounces off the rim, no good. Heat fighting for the rebound underneath. Can't control it. It's out of bounds off the freshman. It'll be Purdue ball with 2:12 to go. Baseline right.
Purdue has done an excellent job all night battling the best rebounding team in the NCAA. They've more than held their own.
Lawyer will inbound baseline right. Lobs it into Kaufman-Renn on the perimeter. He's got it 18 feet away. Guarded by Bradley. Kaufman-Renn trying to back his way in. Turns baseline, got fouled, and put it in! What a shot by Kaufman-Renn. 15 feet away. Spun, got hit, and finished the bucket. He'll have a chance for a three-point play. The foul against Bradley, his third.
He was so surprised that he had Jaden Bradley on him all game. He's been going against Krivas or Tobe Owaka or Koa Pete. He finally had somebody that he was bigger than and took advantage.
So Kaufman-Renn to the free throw line, 64% free throw shooter. Looking for his 11th point of this game. Free throw is up. It is no good. And Krivas has the rebound and hit the back of the rim, bounced high. And then Krivas able to snatch it. Burries has it for Arizona. Inside 2 minutes to go. Arizona ball up by 13. Burries dribbles over on the right side. Burries stops, gets it up top to Pete. Pete dribbles left to the elbow, finds Karchenkov, drives the left baseline, gets inside, flipped it up and in. Nifty move inside by Karchenkov. 76-61 Arizona. Karchenkov with 12 here in the second half.
7 for 11 from the field.
Smith up top to Lawyer, turns, fires a three, back of the iron, no. Burries is there, has the rebound, 90 seconds left. Arizona up 15, and now the Wildcats can taste it. Burries, the freshman, holding off the senior Smith out near midcourt. 13 to shoot. Burries still with a dribble, heads over on the left, gets to the elbow, top to Krivas, dribbling right, spinning into the paint, floats it up, bounced around the rim, comes out no good. Kaufman-Renn, the Purdue rebound. Inside a minute to go, Purdue ball down 15. Smith into the front court, has it in the March Madness logo. Dribbles over on the left, bounces to Kaufman-Renn, down the lane, right side, lowered his shoulder, puts it up off the glass. No, it rattled out. And Krivas has the rebound. 44 seconds left.
Matt Painter can't believe there wasn't a foul call there on the shot by Drake Kaufman-Renn. I think he has a good point.
Arizona fans on their feet here in San Jose. Burries with the dribble out near midcourt. Shot clock at 6. Burries against Braden Smith. He'll take a deep three and hit it. Braden Burries puts the exclamation point on an Arizona win. 79-61, 15 seconds to go. Smith into the front court, makes the pass right side. Lawyer, wide open three, is good. Fletcher Lawyer hits the three. 79-64, 11 seconds left. All Arizona has to do is bring it across. Pete will dribble up to the midcourt line. The Arizona fans are on their feet. The horn will sound in San Jose. Bear down, Arizona. For the first time since 2001, the Arizona Wildcats are going to the Final Four. Arizona 79, Purdue 64, and the Wildcats are headed back to Indianapolis, the site of their 1997 national title. Arizona returns to the Final Four with a 15-point win over Purdue. What a second half by the Wildcats. They outscore Purdue 48-26, and they turn a 7-point deficit into a 15-point win.
Well, a lot of people wondered, what's going to happen to Arizona, A, if they trail, which they did not do in their first 3 NCAA games, and B, when their three-point shot is not going. How are they going to respond? They answered that pretty emphatically here. A really impressive, solid win against a game Purdue team that battled them on the glass, did a great job battling them on the glass, but just were unable to score inside against the length of Arizona, particularly against Mo Krivas. The difference was paint points 40-24 in favor of Arizona and the free throw line. Arizona, as always, lives on the line, and that has always been their biggest strength.
The Wildcats snapped one of their most frustrating streaks in school history. They had lost 5 consecutive Elite Eight games. 4 of those 5 by 3 points or less, 2 in overtime. But they find a way to get the job done here today. After trailing by 7 at the half, they outscore Purdue 48-26 in the second half, and they win the game 79-64. And Arizona is going back to the Final Four for the first time since 2001. They go to Indianapolis, where they won the national title in 1997, and they will have a chance to do it again. We are joined by Ivan Karchenkov of the Arizona Wildcats, who had a masterful game here tonight. Karchenkov finishes with 18 points and 8 rebounds. Ivan, you guys have not been down a lot this year. You trailed by 7 at halftime. What was the conversation in the locker room, and what turned it around in the second half?
I mean, we just talked about, what we needed to do better in the second half, especially rebounding. We were down 5 at the half, I think. And the only way that we're scoring is off offensive rebounds. And, we knew how we had to, stop it. And that's what we did, I feel like. And just, play offensively, fundamentals, play together. And, worked out perfectly with the first run.
You guys did a great job, Ivan. I tell you, we really enjoyed talking to you yesterday and interviewing you. You did just the